Hell yeah, let's get into it. And as with our previous episodes in this particular mystery, we are going to kick things off with a little bit of an opening vignette. Imagine, if you will, a flickering candlelight that is cast across a paint-marked wood panel wall, and a shadow passes across it as an artist, a craftsman, is finishing a work of true mastery. Papers and tools rustle in the background as the perspective slowly shifts down the wall to the object leaning against it. A metallic and imposing picture frame, 5 feet tall, with an impenetrable darkness at its center that is untouched by the light that glints off the metal. The void is undeniable, easily overshadowing the purple marks along the frame's edge. Paint drops? Blood splatter, smudged fingerprints, it's impossible to say. The artist moves into view, a figure in roughly woven linens reeking of pigment, and approaches the void. A loose canvas in hand. Carefully, patiently, they find purchase in the edges of the void, and the canvas is plastered across it, pulled tight as it fits interior grooves, and as they step back, the void is no more. Now framed before them is a beautiful vista, a gentle, rolling field leading to an ancient and obscuring forest behind it. At the center of the image is a flare of gleaming opalescent light, shifting and coruscating among the blades of grass. It rises to seemingly standing height, casting its own light out from the frame, and as the candle is blown out, the opalescent light dims slightly as the smoke drifts through it, and for a moment, the light moves along the same path, as if somehow it is watching the world beyond. Now, Sal, you disappeared partway through our previous mystery, but to give you a little bit of a recap on what you've been up to, as from your perspective, you'll kind of met up at Miles Donahue's house to check in to try and get some more answers about this weird Oliveri couriers, what particular item they might have shipped over to Serpentine. And you know that Miles is on the case trying to track that down. You, as a group, after your altercations at Bishop Street, after running with Mel and reconvening with your team member Esau, you had kind of decided, like, it's getting pretty late, we might want to rest up before we go and investigate further. But also, Sal, you're an inquisitive guy. You like getting some answers. And so you weren't going to go and try and tackle anything specifically by yourself, but it probably wouldn't hurt to, like, put some cameras up to try and monitor the alley that you were going to check in the next day, just in case anything happened overnight. You didn't want to miss anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah, 100%. And in that setup, you kind of had your GoPro sort of like positioned inside a hollow of one of the like brick walls in this back alley street in town. While you were about to leave, you heard this like intense banging from inside or nearby a dumpster in this back alley. And when you went to go and try and like open the lid and sort of investigate inside the dumpster, you felt this sudden, intense strength, almost like a horde of people had grabbed a hold of you and pulled you back down behind you. Now, Sal, you are familiar with weird other like metaphysical spaces. You are one of the few people in this group with your own first encounter in a strange part of Serpentine. You are one of the few people that doesn't have to necessarily panic immediately when you are suddenly thrust into some other metaphysical dimension. You felt yourself get pulled backwards through space, and you felt that kind of familiar like almost proprioception kind of pressure of like shifting through something that your regular senses aren't fully equipped to understand as you moved into some alternate world. Upon opening your eyes, you found yourself lying on top of a kind of like softly rolling hill of gentle blades of grass. The temperature around you is like perfectly room temperature. It is perfectly mild environment, but you don't feel any wind. You don't hear any birds or animals. And when you open your eyes, the world that you are looking at looks painted. It is a picture, if you will, a childhood classic, Blue's Clues. If you got blue skidooed into a painting, this is what you would see. Looking at yourself, you still see you, but you see in front of you rolling fields in one direction, and when you get up to turn and look behind you, you see a large and towering forest. What do you do?
Oh, boy.
Shucks.
Yeah. Okay. Look, the forest has apart from the forest, looking around at the rolling hills, it's just rolling hills, yeah?
I will say roll to investigate a mystery for me.
Oh, yeah.
See what you can work out just from your immediate position.
Let's see now.
So that is be a roll plus sharp.
Roll plus sharp. Oh, not good. Not good. It's only 4?
No, not 4.
Even that. Plus sharp. Yeah, it's only a 4. Yep.
Incredible. Now, I will remind you, if you want to, you do have luck that you can use to make that an automatic 12. You don't have to, but I just let you know. Otherwise, you get to mark experience.
I think I will mark a luck because Sal really needs to figure out where or what is happening, you know?
Wonderful. I love that. You, Mark Luck, also which means that you get a complete success. So for your investigative mystery, instead, you get a hold of 2 of the various investigative mystery questions. It also means that for the searcher, whenever you spend luck, your particular first encounter might come into play. And I think before you ask anything, you like described earlier, you have your view doesn't change, like you don't visualize anything, but you can feel in your body, like your sensory system is almost having a flashback to that moment. What do you think was the when Sal encountered the mystery spot back in Serpentine, what do you think was the main emotion that evoked for him? Was it a frightening thing? Was it a kind of exciting thing? What do you think?
I think it was frightening because part of the ground that he was standing on sunk into itself, and he fell into that void, and I think he was most frightened by the fact that he lost sense of direction and space. And he was frightened because it was like he was like for the first time he realized he was completely alone, and so I think it was frightening, and I think that's what worries Sal the most about this, is that if he is the only entity in this, whatever this is, that's frightening.
Absolutely. I think you, as you're taking this moment to look around as well, you feel a similar drawing in from the space that you're in. It's not so much that you've lost all sensory, you can't tell which way is up, because there is a ground under your feet.
Yeah.
But even though you are standing still and steady on the ground, there is this background feeling that there is a gravity to the world that you're in that is pulling you, not necessarily in a direction, it is just kind of fixing you in this space that you're in.
Oh, yes.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yes.
But you have your investigative mystery questions if you would like to ask them.
Yes, I do. Where did Dave? You put the You pinned those.
I can also list them off for you while searching around. For investigator mysteries, you got a hold of 2 that you can ask at any point. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
Perfect. I think definitely what is being concealed here.
Great.
And what does it do?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. You looking at the world, at this world that you have found yourself in, there are multiple answers and layers to those particular questions. For one, I think that you get, if you're thinking of this on the surface level, you're pretty sure that there is something big hiding in that forest. It's that kind of feeling of like you can't see anything through the trees, but if there were like a stalking tiger or a hiding Tyrannosaurus Rex, you're like, ooh, that is a thick and dense foliage that is giving you the heebie-jeebies. That is, aside from that, you're not seeing anything else on that surface level that is really hidden to you. Like there's no kind of structures hiding away. It seems fairly out in the open. But I think what you can tell is when you go to like try and investigate things deeper. Yeah. It's hard for your sight to fully comprehend it because of the nature of the space. But you do realize that maybe like in the middle distance, there is a point where the hills stop being hills that look like they are painted and start being more of a expanding backdrop that is the illusion that there is a much vaster space.
Yes.
And when you recognize that, you also realize that feeling that you had of that kind of groundedness, the feeling that something is trying to keep you in this space. You can feel the almost like plaster-like structure of the surface level to the space. That what you are seeing, this like painted world, is not the true view of what the space that you're in is. It is like somebody coming in and wallpapering a room. Yes. This is something that someone has put over the top of what this place was meant to be, or is at its core. And I think, do you think that Sal like would go and try and investigate things hands-on, or are you just trying to work out best what you're doing?
I think Sal, absolutely. I think if Sal realizes this is like a true intro moment, he's gonna like, bend down and touch the grass and try and like reach into the grass to peel it away. Or if he knows that that wall is close by, he's gonna try and like reach out and find it and try and peel whatever it is away.
Absolutely. You, again, being the searcher with your particular first encounter being the zone of strangeness, you don't have to act under pressure when you're dealing with weird metaphysical realities. So you don't have to roll to do that. As you go to like try and get your fingers between what this surface reality and what might be lying underneath it, you see a bright blue light. As you pull some of the grass aside, you see this bright blue light, almost like a fissure line that you can now trace, kind of continuing further along the grass. And as you grab a hold of the edge of that, you feel your hand as it grips into that fissure, almost like it is reaching around the side of a door frame. Like the actual consistency of the ground that you are grabbing hold of has firm hold in your hand, but you can feel like a void around the other side of your grasp.
Right.
And as you pull it back, you see part of this kind of painted surface to this reality pull back in your grip, and you see right in front of, like, in that space where you've pulled it back from, you see a deep and unforgiving void. You, in terms of the thing that is concealed here, looking at this, that void is the thing that is giving off that energy of, like, keeping you locked in this space.
Yep.
And I think when you see you feel this, like, emanating kind of ominous presence from seeing that void as it comes into view. And there is a thought that crosses your mind that, like, in terms of what is being concealed, this surface layer, this, like, painted reality on top of it, almost has a, like, kindness to it in comparison to this dark void beyond. And I think the thing that is mostly being concealed here is, like, the true nature of this space. The way that this place has been, like, painted over is almost to give the illusion that a place that is trying to keep something in it is more vast and expansive and more free than it is in reality. Also, when you put your hands, like, when you manage to grab a hold of that kind of split in between the seams, you do feel the slight, like, hum in your fingertips, almost like holding onto a kind of, like, electrical wire. It's not like a zap, but you can feel that there is this slight blue light has a active energy to it. And I think you can tell that as you've grabbed a hold of this piece, similar to what Lane spotted when you saw, like, the edge of Kyle's body, and it had that kind of clean break to it. Yeah, there is a similar kind of clean break to this piece of the painting layer that you have pulled up. That when you look at it, you don't see layers of, like, canvas or, like, squished body canvas like you saw in Kyle. You see a kind of, like, shifting gray smoke.
Oh, okay.
What would you like to
do? Sal, has that piece in his hand and looks around and he's like, oh boy, I really need the team for this. And the smoke, does the smoke just reside on the backside of this thing?
The smoke is, you're only really seeing it in that seam. So, like, if you are holding, if you are holding, like, something like this, painting on the front, and then on this edge you see smoke, on here you see the underside of a piece of canvas. Okay. When you think about needing the team, two things happen. For one, you hear the sound of a lock being, like, busted open, and what you think is maybe the sound of a roller door coming from the smoke. As well as that, you hear a deeper rumbling and shifting and cracking of whatever the big and vast thing is starting to move in the forest behind you. What would you like to do?
Okay. I think the sound. You know what? Sal is hearing the rustling from the forest or whatever, and also noticing that the smoke is what's giving off that sound. I think Sal is gonna try and almost, like, peel that layer apart to get to the smoke.
Absolutely. Incredible. This, I will ask you to roll to act under pressure for this one. This is a slightly different ability, but you can go ahead and roll for that to see how quickly you can get this done. So go ahead and roll plus cool.
Okay. That is 5 minus 1 for a 4.
Hey, mark experience. Unless you want to use luck again, you're welcome to do. But you do only have 7 of it, so it's up to you. As you go to, like, try and pry your fingers, like, try and pull these pieces apart, try and get at the deeper layers of this situation, you feel you feel a level of give for first start, which means that like this is not a completely fruitless attempt to try and make this effect happen. And as you are tearing at it, you see with a burst of movement and power, a truly colossally imposing shape emerges from the forest, pushing out trees and trunks of foliage out of the way. You see a kind of tangled, turning mass of like skin and limbs and body parts that doesn't have any obvious like face. But you can see some parts where like arms and legs are pulled tight against the skin, some parts that are hanging kind of sallow, and the whole thing sort of like twists and gyroscopes with the like sound of popping limbs as various parts of it are kind of pulled in and out of place. And you see this thing just like tumbling towards you from the trees. With your previous roll, the other thing that immediately occurs to you is that as you are looking at this creature coming towards you, it also looks like it is painted. It also has that kind of painted texture to it. And you, being in this space now, have the understanding that, like, if that is what this thing, that cannot be what this thing really is. Because you are in this space as a real person and you don't look painted. So whatever that image is, whatever that part of this creature is something that this whole painted effect has given to it or has added to it in some way. It can't be purely, unless this thing is from this place, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but maybe, that can't be what this thing truly is at the center of it. As you are thinking that, Kiera, you and the crew have just burst open, have been looking at a storage unit that's been pretty ominous and upsetting. And you get this weird kind of like, almost feeling like you need to sneeze. And I don't know necessarily where you consider, where do you consider like the weird pocket world that Kiera kind of keeps stuff in? Where do you think that would be like body-wise? Like, is it something that is just a floating box that is hanging around her that nobody can see? Is it something that she keeps on her belt? What do you think?
Floating box behind her.
Amazing.
Hence tossing things.
Wonderful. You get this weird feeling like I don't think you have ever, maybe once you've tried to put something living inside the weird extra-dimensional space and it has been really upset and tried to get back out. And this weird like sneezing sensation that you're feeling is like something is trying to get out of your weird interdimensional space.
Mine?
What do you do? Yeah.
Mine?
Yeah.
I think I take a couple steps back. I'm like...
What is it? What is it?
I don't quite know. Hang on. And maybe she takes it with one hand. She's like, and then materializes whatever it is, hopefully behind.
Absolutely. You
as in like this is gonna, I know it's not right. It feels odd.
Yes.
And I'm gonna chuck it into the passageway, not into the storage unit. So behind.
Yeah, into the hallway. Yeah, for sure. You summon whatever is and try and give it enough like momentum to almost push it away from a little bit.
And then I fully sneeze.
So you see a fluttering piece of parchment that suddenly drifts out into the hallway around you. And on the edges of the parchment, you can see like 3 fingertips that seem like they are trying to get a hold of it from that same snapped edge. What do you all want to do?
I think I'm allergic to it.
Well, if you're allergic to something, it's exciting.
I think
Have you taken some antihistamines? I think
I don't have allergies. So we can see the fingertips.
You can see the fingertips. The piece of parchment, like canvas, has kind of landed on the floor face down. So you can't see the painting side, but you can see that something is trying to like pull at the edge of it, almost like the creature did before.
Yes, and it's on the ground?
Yes. And it's on the ground, yeah.
I'm just gonna step on it and like, you know how like when a piece of part of paper is like blowing in the wind, I'm just gonna put my foot down on it and stop it from blowing away.
Incredible. Absolutely. You put your foot down on top of it and stop it drifting any further in the hallway. Sal, in this other dimension, you can see this creature racing towards you. What do you want to do?
Sal with his hands in that thing and looking at this beast for a moment is like, ow. And I think realizing that this thing is kind of this painted fabrication, I think Sal's going to be like, try to keep prying this thing open, but also just like squares off against this thing and kind of settles down and is like, when this thing rushes at me, I guess if I can't get this thing open, I'm gonna try and roll sideways and grab hold of it and like tear it in half.
Okay.
Because Sal is like, it's just a piece of canvas, a scary, angry looking piece of canvas.
For sure, 100%.
But like he's in that moment where he's like, I am actually trying to get out of here, but this thing might not give me a choice.
Yeah, for sure.
Does Sal have any rings that we'd recognize on his fingers? Sal?
No, Sal doesn't. No, Sal just has his hands. Yeah.
Does he bite his fingernails?
He does.
Ooh.
I figured he might.
Yeah. He absolutely does. He bites it when he's driving.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna reach down, grab the parchment, and pick it up, and be like, "We need this." And look at the. All of a sudden, I realize there's fingers. Hey.
Yeah. When you pick it up, the painting side is kind of facing Esau and Kiera, and the both of you can see very up close kind of the front top half of what you do recognize to be like Sal's shirt that he was wearing the night before. You don't see any sign of his coat, but you do see like mostly his shirt, and then in the background you can see many moving limbs that seem like they are getting closer to this frame, so to speak, of this section of paper. And you can also see like the sleeve of Sal's arm that is going across the front of the painting, and the fingers that are reaching out of it are Sal's.
Yeah, you basically see like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fingers are coming out three-dimensional, like they're actually fingers coming out. What the hell?
Sal, go ahead and roll to act under pressure for me again.
Yep, I will do so. It's so good. It's 3 down to 2.
Oh no.
So that does mean that nobody is able to help out in order to get that up to a complete success, because that is too low. However, what I will let you know is that you have this creature is rampaging towards you with like injuring intent. If people would like to roll to protect somebody, that is something that you would still be able to do.
Can I roll to read a bad situation and understand what's going on and perhaps how I might be able to help Sal?
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll.
All right. And that's with sharp, I think.
That is with sharp.
Okay, that is a 9.
Okay, that is a hold of 1 for read a bad situation. So you can ask, what's your best way in? What's your best way out? Are there any dangers you haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? Or the best way to protect the victims?
I'll go with the last one. What's the best way to protect the victim that I notice here?
Get him the fuck out of the painting.
I'm gonna with one hand, I'm gonna grab onto his fingers while I hold on to the other side of the parchment, and I'm just gonna start, come on, help me!
Hell yeah.
Pulling.
Kiera runs over to help.
Absolutely. Lane, go ahead and roll to protect someone. Because you read a bad situation, you get a +1 ongoing for the entirety that you are like trying to protect Sal.
Okay,
so
and
add
that's
a +1
tough.
to whatever
All
you
right,
roll.
+1. All right, here we go.
Yeah, it is tough.
That's going to be an 8.
What do you want me to roll?
So it'd be a help out if you are wanting to go and help out with this situation, for sure.
Yes.
In order to get that to a complete success, Esau, you would also need to help out to get another +1. Unless you're fine with a mixed success.
May as well start rolling some dice.
Well, don't
Might as
just
well
sit
farms
there.
mixed.
Help me.
There was a 6 from me.
Okay, cool. Mark experience.
Yep.
Failing forward. Esau?
Mine was also a 6.
Mark experience.
I think what I'm going to do is mark luck.
Okay.
Because at a certain point, sometimes you just gotta swing for the fences, and Esau's had more than his share of bad luck, so he's due a little good.
Absolutely, I love that.
Well done, sir.
Let me remind myself. Incredible. Sorry for the Covenant in particular. Your thing is when you mark luck, an ally needs your help. Yeah, real bad. You absolutely. You hit over Kiera with your 6, with your fail on help out. Unless you also want to use luck, that's entirely up to you. But with your fail. Basically, you don't help out, and also all of the danger that would have been on Sal is therefore exposed to you. You go over and still manage to grab a hold of Sal's hand. And Esau and Lane, you grab a hold of Sal. Sal, from inside the painting, you feel something grabbing a hold of your hand and starting to pull you through the space. And at that same time, you feel a flurry of limbs and hands trying to reach out and grab a hold of you from this towering creature. The only thing that saves you is the fact that you're not wearing your coat anymore. Your coat has been lost somewhere else in the weird painting realm. And as you manage to get pulled bodily out of the space in this painting, Kiera, as you go to try and grab the end of Sal's legs and kind of pull him the most of the way through, one of the arms of this creature manages to grab a hold of you. I need you to roll to act under pressure for me, please.
Is there a means for us to help?
Absolutely, you can help out.
I have a plan.
It's a 6.
Okay, so if someone wants to help out, that will get it to a mixed success rather than a complete failure.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How deadly would this attack be should it continue at this point? Because I have read my playbook.
For sure. Here's what I'll say. This particular attack will have a lasting impact. It won't necessarily be deadly. Although Kiera has also sustained some damage already from your previous fight. So if Esau is worried that something might be deadly and wants to intervene, that's also fair.
I was thinking to use my luck.
That's also possible.
I mean, if you want to, that's a thing you could do.
Yeah.
It's your character. I wouldn't want to step on your toes.
Cool. You want to use luck then?
Yeah.
Wonderful. That brings it up to a complete success. As this thing grabs a hold of you, you feel that same feeling that you felt back in the fight in the alleyway, where it tried to grab you and something else was going to happen and you couldn't quite place what. In this moment, as this thing grabs a hold of the skin of your body, Kiera, being the divine that has kind of come to Earth, this form that Kiera's in is maybe not always Kiera's self at its core, right? Kiera is in her or in their other realm that they originate from, possibly has a different form than the humanoid that you are being right now. And you feel, as this thing grabs a hold of you, you feel this intense aura of transformation, maybe corruption of some degree. As this thing grabs a hold of you, you feel it attempting to do the same thing that happened to Kyle, where part of their body just got corrupted in the same fashion. But you managed to, what do you think is the thing that Kiera kind of tunes into to be able to force this effect away from her body?
Divinity in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fire.
Yeah, hell yeah. This thing grabs a hold of you, and there is this flare of like burning light around where its hand has grabbed your arm, and you can smell like smoking, the kind of acrid smell of like smoking paint and canvas burning up. And again, this thing, similar to when you fought it before in the alleyway, you see this hand suddenly retract in pain and disappear back through the side of this piece of canvas. The creature is not in your immediate area, does not seem like it is inclined to reach out again, but also fucking Sal just showed up. Sal is like going across the hallway, breathing heavily.
Would that, because luck was used, would that, and I've read my playbook, and I gained my experience and I leveled up, would that count as an unarmed attack, technically?
Ooh.
My body was used.
There were lots of arms. Clearly, there was
all the arms.
Not because this wasn't a like kick some ass situation.
Yeah.
No, this was you basically. You weren't attacking the creature. It was more it grabbed a hold of you, and you were just trying to like get away from it as fast as possible. So sorry, no.
Rough.
Is there like an open portal? Like, is there a pass through here as Sal comes out of the painting?
Yeah. As Sal emerges from this piece of painting, from your perspective, you are seeing the same like tiny edge of canvas that the moment that Sal's body gets to your side of that edge becomes 3D. So like before, when you saw the creature kind of emerge out of the side and it was still in that sort of like 2D view or that 2D structure to it, for Sal, the moment that he gets past the edge of where the piece of canvas would be, his body just starts becomes 3D again. There's no like portal or anything, but you can still see that kind of clean edge, that sort of almost magical edge to it that you spotted when you saw Kyle's body and also when you investigated this piece earlier.
And I saw something try to grab onto Kiera.
Yes, and when it grabbed Kiera, it was not 3D. It was still that like painting hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sal's just on the ground being like, painted room, canvas, edge, monster, forest.
Yingala, do you need like a barley sugar? I've one here for you.
Oh, yes, please, Esau. That'll be great.
You look exhausted. Were you? Was putting on all that weight in such a hurry so tiring for you?
No, maybe. No, I was here. I was in the alley trying to set something up, and something pulled me into some other space, and it was that the painted space, like the canvas that we found. But the canvas was like a container, or something, like it was like a canvas kind of.
Like I said,
room. Yeah, inside like this weird void space, and then that thing with the arms appeared. Did it grab you, Kiera? Are you okay?
It did grab me. I don't know that I am okay. I don't like this. I'm not enjoying this.
Where did you get that piece of canvas from?
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
You found it in the bin?
Close enough.
Well, that was lucky. In the space, I thought maybe I could like lift up the canvas to see, and then there was like this weird middle layer, and I heard like a door. Okay, right, the door. I got you.
Yeah, also, the moment that you look at you are standing in the hallway of like a storage unit facility, Sal.
Classic,
and the one of the units that you are standing in front of has like the roller door currently slid up. You can see a very like piecemeal collection of various stored odds and ends inside of this space. There's also like a work table that has like an overhead lamp for like kind of finer use. And the moment that you look at the open door, you also feel this intense, ominous presence from like a dark corner of the room that you currently can't see fully into. That feels very familiar to the weird void that you spotted earlier.
Oh, great. Yeah. So yeah, Sal's like, oh yeah, I heard the door. I heard the it's something. There's something.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That thing. And this. I'm gonna look back at the canvas piece that's in my hand. Is that creature there? Is it? What does it look like now that Sal is?
Yeah, looking at the piece that you have in your hand, you can see the edges of like the tail end of this creature. I mean, hard to tell which way's front, but the tail end of this creature moving back towards the trees pretty slowly. But you can see that it is basically carving another path through the trees back into the forest.
Sal, what the hell was that thing?
I don't know. It was like I say, I was in this weird space that was kind of like wallpapered over, and it felt like whatever that creature was, it was wallpapered over something else. And whatever that something else was, I'm getting a real similar vibe to something in that room.
You're lucky to be alive, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong. That was I wasn't really sure how that was gonna go. Thanks. I don't know how I got there, but I'm glad you guys found me when you did.
We wouldn't have known it wasn't you if it weren't for the nails. You know how you bite your nails.
Yeah. I really should do something.
No. You know what? I changed my advice. You know, I know that I've told you many times, don't bite your nails. It's not, it's uncouth. But you know what? Bite your nails. It saved your fucking life.
Well, right on. Yeah, great. Yeah, it's I put that stuff on that makes them taste bad, but eventually I just got used to the taste. Anyway, what are you guys doing here? What's happening? What did Miles say?
Well, we've found this storage facility. It's got something in it that it doesn't seem to be good news. And at some point, we're going to have to explain to the man at the front desk how three of us became four without any discussion of perhaps somebody's living in his storage facility without his knowledge. So that's going to be an exciting conversation, I think.
Also, as previously mentioned, security cameras for sure. I will also say
we don't care about those. We've established that we don't give a damn what the cameras see.
Sal, from your perspective as well, looking at the rest of your teammates, you can also see like they look a little like beaten up. Not massively injured. None of them look like they need immediate medical attention, but all of them, like Lane has a big like slash across part of his shirt. Kiera and Esau look a bit like bruised and reddened a little bit, like they've been like bumped into or beaten up a bit. Yeah.
Jeez, guys, whoa, are you guys okay? Was it Mel?
I'm an old man. I collect bruises like I collect barley sugar wrappers. It's fine.
But I know Esau, but like, come on, man. Like, I don't want you guys to get hurt.
It wasn't Mel. It was one of those 2-dimensional monsters or something in the alley. Oh, we found your GoPro, by the way, in the alley. There was a dumpster.
Yeah,
probably the same. Okay, so that was where we got in a little bit of a fight
with one of the things. Lane, you've got a slash. Kiera, Esau, you guys are. Oh man,
it's just a little dust up. That's fine.
Okay.
As you are calling attention to it, though, Kiera is going to heal herself. I'm seeing this undergoing bad places.
Absolutely, you can certainly do so. Go ahead and roll plus cool, please, for your lay on hands.
Okay, that was a cool. That's an 11.
Awesome, absolutely. You can heal up to 2 harm on yourself. If you want to use it on other people as well, you can, but it is a roll each time, just in case something goes weird.
Sal is going to try and block the cameras from seeing Kiera heal herself.
Sure, absolutely.
There's another flare of like kind of fiery light, white fire.
Ruby, I'm going to look at the cameras, and I just want to double check. Human Environs and Logistics Limited has cameras all over the place. These might have been recently replaced by Hell, and so I'm just going to take a peek and see if they're of the make and model, if they have like a little Hell insignia on them.
Yeah, sure. I won't even make you roll for this. You go over to just trying to check the various branding on the emergency labels and things. These ones don't look like they are Hell specific, but also when you take a moment to further inspect them, they don't look real. This is more of a precautionary thing from the manager rather than legitimate safety.
No, it's not actually plugged in.
No. They're not bothering to pay for that.
The lens is just painted with clear resin.
It's a
like
sticker,
glass.
yeah.
We don't need to worry about the surveillance system here, luckily. But we do need to worry about that giant menacing frame thing.
Yes. Whatever that is in there.
We also have this piece of canvas that I'm not going to jump to any conclusions here as I hand it to Sal to take a look at, but I think it fits into that canvas in there.
Oh, okay. All right. Are we trying to...
in front of it, now that the creature has kind of moved from the image, Sal, you can see that same grassy rolling hills leading up to the forest that you saw, that you were in moments ago.
Yeah, this is the spot that I was in. It was like hills, forest, so I can see there's a giant frame with a piece of the canvas missing?
You can't actually. I would say, given because Kiera's lay on hands has given a little bit of a flare of light. When that flare flares up in that dark corner, you can see a large metallic frame. It is, as I said, about 5 feet tall, and you can see that there are a number of other canvas fragments that look like they make up the same image. There's about 9 of them in total, but there is a place missing. So you have the 9th piece of what would be the full image.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lane, I think you're right. Part of me also wonders if we want to actually complete this picture or not.
Right.
Are we making some kind of door?
Well, here's the thing. Raymond, I'm assuming, is behind all of this. Right? He had his man at the docks. They were trading and collecting and accumulating. Here, just a thought, they get this piece, this menacing, tacky as hell.
Were they mailing pieces of the canvas?
And then they mailed the piece in the this is the last piece.
Son of a
Are you throwing it?
Kind of. But it's a piece of canvas, so I'm like, and it goes,
Roll, just roll a d6 for me.
No.
And tell me if you want high or low.
No.
If I roll high or low?
Do you want high or low?
I want low.
Go ahead and roll.
It's a 4.
Cool. You throw the piece of the canvas and it goes whoo, and over the threshold of the motion sensor that is in the storage unit and into the storage unit. It kind of lands on the floor, maybe 5 feet away, but over the threshold of where an alarm will get set off if you try to grab it again.
Yingler, maybe we...
I don't know.
True. Sal does not know that. That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe we think a little before we act. Surely self-control is part of the things that you're learning at the dojo, huh?
It is, and Sensei says I have a lot to learn.
No time like the present to start practicing. Don't go and get that canvas.
Why? Isn't that where we're going?
And Esau just whacks his walking stick out in front of Sal between him and the doorframe. Doesn't whack Sal, just blocks him from moving through.
Oh, are we not going in there?
There's a motion sensor on the other side of the door. We haven't quite worked out what to do with it yet.
Sal takes a big step back. Okay.
It's on the inside of the door. So, you know what? I appreciate your enthusiasm. It's good. I like it.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, so are we trying to get around that motion sensor somehow, or?
Well, we have to decide what we're going to do here. I mean, is it a door that needs completing to be usable? Who's to say? Is it a thing that needs putting somewhere safe? Maybe, but the door to another place, could this ever really be safe if we don't know how to lock a door?
Can we destroy
Maybe it's
it?
a thing that, fire will cleanse most things.
My question is this. If there's a piece missing from this, this painting, is that allowing for things to seep through because there's a hole in the painting that things can move through? Or are we completing a door by putting the piece in there, Sal, like you asked?
I have a thought on this matter, actually. My thinking is that maybe with an incomplete door, some of what is on the other side can get through, but it cannot entirely come through because it is not an entire door. If that makes sense. Sure. The door is open a little crack, maybe some of it can come through in its own fashion, but maybe completing the door means that the entirety of whatever the door is keeping behind it, maybe it can come through. Who's to say?
Completing the door means you can lock the door.
What about destroying the door? If there's no door, nothing can come through, right? We just destroy the door, nothing can walk through a door that's not there.
Sal was saying that it was covering something. Maybe we destroy the door and suddenly there's no way to lock it anymore. There's just whatever the door was in front of. Huh?
Damned if we do and damned if we don't.
Here, hear me out, guys. What if the canvas is only a means to creating the door? What if the actual frame is the door and whatever you put in the middle of it becomes the door to the place? You know what I mean? Like if you put a different canvas in, does it become a door to a different place? If you put in a canvas of like a 7-Eleven, do you then get a door into a 7-Eleven for some slushies?
It'd be nice. About now.
Yeah, they're pretty good. You know what I mean?
I could do with a slushie, actually, now that you speak of this. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like
another snack break.
Like of all the times when frickin' Raymond procures things, right? And when we think back to all the other artifacts that we've found, like is it that the frame itself is a means to create doors to places, and canvas is the medium by which you create the doors? I don't know.
My head hurts.
Yeah, I've been gone for a while. You guys probably talked about all the stuff with Miles.
For me, I think that a much bigger question, maybe not one for discussing right now, but maybe the bigger question is, who painted the canvas?
Oh my God! I didn't even think
shit!
Of that.
Yeah,
because the canvas is dangerous, but the canvas had to be created, and if you have to choose between the creation and the creator, the creator is probably the more dangerous of the two.
Maybe we should
could destroy this creation. Maybe, who's to say? But if the creation
another one, maybe Olivari has more information. Maybe Miles had a chance to connect with them. I don't know. Should we try calling Miles? I mean, where do we go from here?
Maybe you try to call Miles. Maybe Kiera and I have a look and see if we can deal with the wiring to the motion sensor inside. Because these walls, they look, you see him tap them, it's the corrugated iron, the very thin sheet steel. Yeah, this doesn't feel like it would stand up to much in the way of a sword that's wielded by a Malach of the Divine. Yes, this time, Malach, it is good to have your sword here. I'm proud of you. Well done. Hold one, please.
Can we see where the motion sensor is?
Yes, like it's basically right against the main doorway to like heading into the space, right. But it does only seem to be like the one sensor connected to like an alarm system. It's not a facility alarm system. It's just one, like a personal one for the storage unit as well. But you know that it'll make a real loud noise if you don't deal with it appropriately.
Can we see the box to which it is connected?
I will say
Better question.
I think you can't see it without getting over the line of the motion sensor is the problem. Like the box is too far into the storage unit to be able to get a good angle on it.
Wait, sorry. I realized that I am being a geometric pedant.
No, please.
Of the 3 walls that we can see of the storage unit.
Yes.
And as established, it's not a massive storage unit. It's just, so we can't see it on any of the 3 walls.
No.
Which means that there is a logical assumption to be made that it is on the inside of the wall that we are looking at.
Yes, correct.
Fabulous. And as we've established, they are corrugated iron walls.
Sure, yeah.
So now we just need to pick which one of the walls we're going to cut through to see if we can take out the box before it gets to make a loud noise.
For sure.
Malik, I think we've a coin toss to make here to decide whether the alarm box is on this side of the wall or this side of the wall. Have you any strong feelings on this matter?
Why don't we just open both?
You should make the call to Miles. I wouldn't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
There may be the sound of shearing metal in a second, so maybe you brace Miles for this.
Why don't we just open both?
Yes, but we have to start with one. And my concern is when the piece of the wall that you cut out falls, if we get it wrong, it falls through the motion sensor field. And then everything becomes a lot quicker.
Okay.
Now, as Sal has experienced, it is better to be lucky than good. But maybe we try our best to improve our odds a little, huh?
I've got, if it helps, I've got some of my equipment, and he'll pull out from one of his little cargo pockets it's just a microphone basically.
Yeah.
But it's like a stethoscope microphone, so he can put it on walls. He's like, do you want me to? I can maybe listen for like electrical noise or like a beep or something.
Actually, do you know what I think might be useful? Is to listen for a place where you are not getting as much sound, because that would imply that there is something blocking the sound from the other side.
Oh, yeah, cool. Good idea.
Almost like insulation, because who would insulate walls in a place like this?
I'm vibing right.
Vibing right.
Okay. All right.
Sal, maybe we try right.
Yep.
I don't know if we could roll to find out.
Absolutely. This is just going to be, I'm going to say that this will be a act under pressure for basically successfully deactivating this alarm system. And that involves like cutting through the right wall, finding the place where the thing accurately is. Sal and Esau, or whoever is wanting to actually like cut through and try and deactivate the thing, they will be rolling to act under pressure. Other people are welcome to roll to help out if you would like to.
Yeah, I think Kiera is cutting and I'm helping out.
I agree.
Wonderful.
And I'm walking down the hall, dialing in Miles as I'm kind of walking away from this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
How does a 13 sound?
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Oh, snap.
Wonderful. Amazing. I think as you're going to like line this up, Kiera's a bit like, I'm vibing right. And then just fully slices through a particular section of the wall that manages 100%. To squarely cut the power of this alarm unit straight in half, not even bothering trying to scope anything out. You're just like purely on vibes. You have managed to successfully deactivate it.
Sal seeing like his head up against the wall, just sees the blade go past his face.
Yeah. And while that is happening, a successful maneuver happens in the background while we follow Lane around the corner of the hallway, starting to get on a phone call to Miles. Lane, you give Miles a call, and there's a little bit, you have to kind of walk a little bit out of this particular area because reception's a little bit patchy in these kind of buildings. Sure. But you get around the corner, and the phone is picked up pretty quickly by Miles on the other end. He says, hello, Miles speaking.
Miles, it's Lane.
Oh yes, yeah. Funny. I was just about to call you.
Oh, good. Do you have something? You have good news.
I do. Somewhat. I've managed to be as persuasively kind as possible and get some historical information regarding the particular shipment that you were referring to. I can confirm members of the local post office have not wanted to disclose exactly whose PO box it was being delivered to, but I did manage to get in touch with Olivari over in Italy. They are time zones tricky, so I'm a touch tired. But they did confirm that they put the particular shipping order was for a piece referred to as the Cosmicadian Descended, which apparently is a fairly historical piece that's been around for many, many centuries at this point. So I did do some research on it. It was originally painted around the 1700s and is supposed to depict a rolling fields with a beautiful forest tree line in the background, and it's been described as having a sort of glowing shape in the center of it, almost like it gives off its own kind of light. But obviously, these are some earlier descriptions of be some sort of opalescent material to it, perhaps. The painting itself has gone through a number of hands. I've forgotten the word for it. God damn it. It starts with P, but I can't remember it. The lineage. Providence. Thank you. The Providence is somewhat patchy to follow. About 150 years after the painting itself is said to have been created, it was discovered in a house fire in Marseille. In France, and has been noted in a number of other, not specifically stolen, but it has been found among many stolen goods. It has been the subject of a number of sort of asset sales from various authorities. Though the name is the same, the actual image depicted accounts sort of vary. Some people say that there's a human in the figure in the image. Some of them say it is a sort of a tangle or a storm of people. But it seems to have changed over time. And certainly in more recent accounts, the painting itself has been rather severely damaged. It was restored at one point, but it frequently ends up... it seems that the particular the particular service that was provided by Olivari was sort of tracking down the various pieces of the piece and having them shipped over from Europe.
Was there any indication in the 1700s the original artist?
No name for the original artist, no. Yes.
And any of the repairs, restoration work, has that been carried out under licensed?
No, they seem to be more individuals are taking it on for their own personal assets. There's some at-home restoration work, or I suppose recollection of the piece. It has a habit of sort of pieces such like this, if they are not looked after, if they're not passed on accurately, then some pieces may go missing, and being able to recollect the whole painting together seems to have been a struggle over time. And it is also noted, I should say, is the piece itself, obviously the painting is mostly, is recorded as being housed in a nickel-based frame.
Nickel-based frame. Any other comments on the frame itself, or is it mostly about the artwork?
Mostly about the artwork, I think. Yes.
Look, I'm not learned in the ways of art necessarily, but this Cosmicadian Descended, those three words, do they have any sort of significance?
2 words. Cosmicadian Descended.
Oh, shit. Okay. Same question. These 2 words, I mean, are they significant in and of themselves in any way?
I mean, Cosmicadian is not exactly a phrase that I'm familiar with. Descended.
I've never even heard of it.
More so. Things falling. But this particular, I mean, some people have in the past described it as described the figure as being a sort of artistic interpretation of similar. Some describe it as potentially a fallen angel. Some describe it as potentially an extraterrestrial that has come to Earth. It's hard to say.
Wow. Miles, you have not disappointed in your ability to gather information in a very short amount of time. And I'm sure you used all the charm that one of your nature has. And I appreciate that. Hopefully you didn't put yourself in any unfortunate circumstances to get this information to us.
No, of course. No, I don't believe so. I should warn you, though, this painting, for the people that have a reputation of owning this painting are rather unsavory types. So I hope that your interactions with it are not leading you into any particular sinister clutches.
Well, I don't want to bore you with the details at this point. But yes,
right.
It's creepy as hell.
Oh, okay. Well, do stay safe. Can I help at all?
Maybe. I'll call you if we need anything else. Thank you again, right. Miles.
Of course.
Be well.
You too. You finish the phone call, and when you come back around the corner of the hallway, there's just a full section of the corrugated iron that has been caved inwards.
Great job, guys.
Lucky. Better to be lucky than good, huh?
I would argue that was good rather than lucky, but hey.
So Lane, what did Miles have to say?
Does the word Cosmicadian mean anything to you?
Does it mean anything to me?
The phrase Cosmicadian, I think does not not specifically. Like, it has no specific meaning in your mind. However, I do think upon hearing that title, I think there is that title has a certain implication to it that I think rings a little bit familiar for Kiera in terms of what something like that could be describing and similarities to your own experience.
It's the name of the piece, Cosmicadian Descended. Miles came through in colors. It was created in the 1700s. There's no indication of who the artist was, but rolling field, all the things that we saw, glowing shape, opalescent in nature at the center of it. It's changed hands numerous times. It's fallen into disrepair and has been restored or recollected on numerous occasions. Patchy provenance to it.
It might be someone like me, but not like me. Obviously, I only have 2 hands and 2 legs.
Why do you say that?
And I don't think they're...
I mean, Kiera, like...
They're hostile.
Well, you and I both know that something's following you. Something's coming after you. Maybe that's what this is.
Do I get that vibe?
I mean, this thing is giving off a very ominous aura. It is giving off an ominous aura kind of universally. Like, everybody is feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I didn't think it was... I'm going to turn to Sal and be like, I think we would know if this was one of the others.
You know what it gives me, what it reminds me of? I was thinking about this once you told us the name of the piece. It was making me think of that Mr. Lovecraft, you know, the man who wrote the stories, Cosmic Madness and so on. And maybe, given the timeline, maybe he was inspired by this painting. Maybe this was his first taste of existential madness.
Oh, right. Yeah, I just got attacked by Cthulhu. Cool, great.
Yeah, maybe.
I think there's one thing that Miles said that makes me think that destroying this is not going to solve the problem. He talked about how it has been recollected and recomposed on numerous occasions. Like it's been destroyed before. Like maybe other people have tried to destroy it and it just keeps reconstituting itself. I don't know if that's true, but that's it wants to be whole.
Right. Yeah, right.
Boychik, it's good thinking you're doing. It's wow.
Did he mention anything about like the frame itself, or was it just the painting?
There wasn't a whole lot about just the made of nickel or something, some sort of I don't know. No, not a whole lot on the frame, sadly.
I don't know much about like metallurgy or its ritualistic properties. Like, is nickel a thing? Like, is anyone? I don't know. Is nickel a thing that creates portals?
5-cent pieces out of it. It's about all I know.
Yeah.
There's some mining going on, and well, never mind. So,
anyway,
is the sensor done? You killed the sensor.
Yeah, Kiera like cleaved it. It was cleft in twain.
At that point, I'm just going to turn slowly and look at the frame and just be like, "Oh shit."
The fluttering parchment.
Yeah.
Can you? I just got a little confused by wording.
It's okay. Yeah.
So I'm just going to clarify.
Yes.
Is it a piece of the paint? Like I know.
Yes, I'm sorry, I keep saying the wrong word.
No, it's one of the
I keep frequently saying parchment, and I mean canvas.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. If I bring my holy sword close to the canvas, does anything happen?
The canvas on the floor or the canvas in the frame?
Canvas on the floor.
No, nothing really happens.
Okay.
When Kiera manifests things, do they manifest with that same smoke?
No.
I mean, smoke and fire is a little bit of like Kiera's brand sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think that potentially the like extra dimensional pocket that Kiera keeps stuff in, occasionally when things come out of that pocket, they come with a little wisp of smoke. But for the most part, it's been, the sword itself at least has been like a smoldering thing rather than the big fully alight situation. Yeah. Does that all walking into the storage unit?
Oh yeah.
I think almost instinctively Lane is taking steps towards this frame.
Wonderful. You all step into the storage unit. As I've said before, it has that kind of eclectic collection of various things. Now that you're able to see stuff a little bit more up close, you can see that a number of these items have little like tags on them with no specific like numbers, but they have sort of symbology to them, like tiny little shapes and symbols on them that remind you a little bit of like lot numbers for like an auction. That a number of these sort of disparate items in this space seem to be labeled in some description. The main work surface that you were able to see that has the kind of overhead lamp, now that you're getting up closer to it, you can see that there is actually a large piece of paper that has been rolled out across the top of it. And if you want to, are you wanting to turn a lamp on, or are you trying to stay in the dark?
Oh, lamp on.
Yeah, absolutely. Turning the lamp on, you can see basically like almost a blueprint or like a schematic for this painting that is kind of laid out across here. There are a number, there's the frame is its own kind of component. All the different pieces are like roughly sketched in and given a number, and they have been like progressively crossed off at various points. You also see next to this kind of detailed drawing of, or like this blueprint of the painting, there are a couple of, it's not a full like manila folder, but there is a sort of pile of bits and pieces of like notes and documents that seem related to it. They are mostly printouts of emails from what you can tell. But there are a couple of things that are like actually scribbled notes in proper like handwriting from a notebook. They're very, very not anybody's handwriting that you recognize at the moment.
That was my question. Okay.
Yeah, certainly with when the light comes on as well, now that you can see the kind of, with that light on, you can see the frame and the sections of the painting in kind of full view in front of you. You can also see that section of the painting where the canvas is not. As opposed to being able to see the corrugated wall behind it, you can just see a patch of completely inky void in the bottom corner of that frame.
Void, that thing.
That's weird.
That's what I saw when I peeled up the space I was in. Oh boy!
And what you're going to do with all this information, we'll find out after the halftime break.
Hey. Nice.
Amazing. We are coming back to the adventure. You'll have just arrived at seemingly the location of a core of the mystery. You have broken into Kyle's storage unit and have come across this ominous frame housing the painting that you have found a piece of earlier, and this mysterious multi-limbed creature has burst out of, seemingly been attacking, certainly tried attacking all of y'all. As you have broken through the motion sensor and started to have a look around this room more thoroughly, there are a number of different sort of documents and like planning details that seem to be spread out on the main work surface. A number of various items, all labeled with these strange symbols that you don't specifically recognize. And you can also indeed see the ominous metallic frame housing the painting, taking up a section of the back wall. That in one corner of it, where your piece of the canvas is missing, there is just an inky black void in the place where it should go. The room is at your disposal if you want to investigate further to try and get more answers about what course of action to take right now. Fortunately, you know the security cameras are bullshit, so people probably aren't on your tail immediately unless something really bad happens. What would you like to do?
Look at the paperwork, looking to see if it's portal, if it's a cell, if whoever has decided to reconstruct this knew what they were doing, and if there's any further information there.
For sure. Are you wanting to find that information by looking through this person's notes or by investigating the item yourself? Like, welcome to look at either, but investigating in different ways and different things in this room might give you different information.
Gotcha. I was going to go with notebooks. Well, I'd like to do both, actually, honestly,
sure.
Unless someone else wants to do notebooks, and Kiera will do the item. Yeah.
I was going to grab the printed out emails.
Go for it.
I was going to see if maybe Hannah could get us any information on the email addresses that are at the top of the emails that have been printed out.
Oh, she totally can.
Absolutely.
She's very good at that kind of thing.
I'm sure she'll appreciate your belief in their abilities, Butchie.
Wonderful.
Give me 1 second. I will go and text her and let her know.
Go ahead, and also if you're wanting to investigate and try and find some answers by looking through these documents as well, go ahead and roll to investigate a mystery and see what information you might be able to glean.
I got a 9.
Yeah.
Sal,
Cool. And people are welcome to help out. So if anybody wants to help Kiera out, you could get that to a complete success as well.
I have a terrible idea.
I mean, look, I'm for it. I think in the break I leveled up and I took I added the I think that the journey into the other realm and back has done a little something else to Sal's mind a little bit. And he's gained the sensitive move where he has a psychic event has awakened his mind. He can act under pressure to use the sensitive weird move, so he's going to like realize like the ominous thing that's going on, and knowing that Kiera has something coming after her, he's going to sit and try and open himself. He's going to do the alternative weird move for sensitive, open his brain to the psychic environment.
Now, can I somehow modify that slightly, Sal, with just a little bit of what I was thinking? Because I think it might help.
I think, and that's the thing. I don't think Sal is like, I will now open my mind to the psychic.
Yes.
He's like, I am not sure I'm still in the real world anymore, and I need to get a handle on what or who I am.
Focusing in, grounding yourself like you were at your martial arts classes, trying to get centered.
Yes.
Yeah.
And while that's happening, Lane is walking over almost sort of in a daze to the frame and places a hand on the frame and starts reciting. So Lane has been to a lot of company retreats, we'll call them. Where he has learned visualization techniques and self-improvement mantras and such. And so as he's running his hand down the nickel material of this frame, he is going to unknowingly use magic. To observe. Well, do I have to say what I want to do with it first, or do I roll?
Yes,
first?
You got to tell me what your effect will be.
So what I want to be able, what he's trying to do almost inadvertently, because he's wondering about this in his mind after the phone call with Miles, is he wants to observe another place or time, and he's very curious about the artist and when that artist was creating this. Who were they, and what was the feeling of the intention of that artist into this piece?
Incredible. I love that. Yes, okay. Go ahead and roll for your use magic, and also go ahead and roll for your sensitive to see what information you'll be able to pick up.
If it's okay with you, Ruby, I'm going to go ahead and use luck.
Yeah, you absolutely can. 100%.
Okay.
Wonderful. You get you roll a 12, so you get a complete success with that. So there are no glitches that you have to worry about either. Incredible. What did you get for your sensitive roll?
I also got a 12.
Yeah!
10 plus 2.
Hell yeah! Oh, amazing. Okay, cool.
Sal is doing the Karate Kid like.
Absolutely. The two of you take a moment and like focusing in your own ways. There is that bullet time slowdown, almost like a warp effect out from the two of you as you focus in on this space. And I think Lane, it's almost like again, because it's this kind of like unintentional effect, there's almost a like daydreamy quality to it where it's like, maybe I'm visualizing this, maybe I'm actually seeing it. And because you are reaching out to the psychic environment, Sal, you also see what Lane sees in this moment. As you have your grip on the frame, you are in the storage unit, and then your vision kind of turns like you're going to look at the workbench that Esau is currently cut over. And as your vision turns, you are no longer in the storage unit. You see a very old, like rundown wood-paneled like hut or cottage of some kind that is fully equipped out like a very rustic artist's studio. You still have the frame in your hand, but when you look back to it, the painting itself is no longer in there. It is just a deep, dark void. And moving about in this space, you see the artist. It looks to be like a man in maybe like the early 60s, very long, like roughly tied back hair, wearing as described in the intro vignette, wearing very roughly made like linen clothing, all of it smeared with all kinds of like brush strokes and like cleaning off of fingers and things. And the main piece of work that they have in front of them, you can see is they are kind of finishing the last brush strokes on the grass of the painting that would go in the frame. You don't see the glowing figure in the painting that this person has created, but as they pick it up, you can see there is, like, when the piece of canvas moves, maybe it's a trick of the light, you're mostly seeing this by candlelight, but it looks like the grass in the picture and the leaves on the trees are swaying slightly as the canvas gets picked up. And you see the moment that was described earlier. You see this artist very carefully, very tenderly going over with this piece of canvas, and unlike with a standard canvas where you kind of have it on its own like wooden frame that then gets like mounted or something on a wall, they take the edges of it and kind of slot it into the grooves at the side of the frame and start smoothing it out across this void. As you are seeing this, again, Sal, because you are tuned into this moment, you're, with a complete success, you're reaching out to the psychic environment, travels through the magic that Lane is also channeling to the psychic environment of this past time. You see this, you can feel the thoughts inside of this person's mind as they seem like almost apologetic, or not disappointed, but there is a level of care behind what they are doing, that they almost wish that they didn't have to. And you get the sense that there is something in the frame that they have made this piece of work as a gift for. And as the painting continues to get smoothed out across it, when the painting is finally put in the frame, that is when the bright light appears. Both of you can see there is this kind of like coruscating opalescent light in the center of the frame that looks like it is lying down among the grass. And then when this canvas is finally put into the frame fully, it starts like shifting and moving. And you see that there is a thought that kind of goes across the artist's mind of like, thank goodness it worked. And also, oh, there you are. And you can see the intention that this artist had is similar to what Esau was talking about, of like, there is a space beyond here that is being given a door, that kind of idea. Less of a door and more of a window. You can see that like the light on the inside of the painting starts like shifting slightly. As described before, one of the candles kind of goes out in the room and this piece of smoke drifts across the front of the picture frame, and you could see the brilliant bright light figure inside the painting, like following the trail of the smoke as it is drifting past the frame. You see the painter looks accomplished and also still sad. And the psychic impression that you are getting from this person is that like they have finished what they set out to do, but they wish that they could do more. And you kind of see as this piece of canvas is kind of put fully into place, there is still a like ominous energy from the frame itself, but it is like slightly lessened by the nature of whatever this painting has been that's been put into place. Is there anything in particular that you are looking for or trying to sense in this moment as you are seeing this kind of these psychic or magical visions?
Is there malevolent intent of the artist? Seems like not. Yeah.
No, the artist had no malevolent intent. If anything, you think more that the artist is trying to make up for something that they think shouldn't have happened.
The energy of the frame and the painting when it was first created, does it feel different to the very ominous feeling we get in the present? Like, has something changed? Yeah.
Yes. I think the ominous feeling feels stronger now. Yes, for sure. You also notice that, like, and I think this is more, you see these kind of magic and psychic visions, and as that awareness kind of starts fading and like merging back with reality, now that you are up close to the painting, for one, you start to see all those like lines of the broken pieces of the parchment coming back, like stretching back across it. For two, because you are up close to the painting, you can actually see a rectangle along the edges of the painting that this painting had been cut out of the frame at one point. So it's not like it got torn to pieces while it was in the frame. It got cut out at some point and then torn to pieces.
Right.
Esau and Kiera, what are you all doing? Oh, Esau, you're looking at various documents?
Texting Hannah.
Oh, you're texting. Yes, absolutely. Wonderful. It's a Saturday, so Hannah's relatively free. Cool. You said that. What is the text that you take 10 minutes to send?
Hello, Hannah. Hello, Kitsel. I hope you're doing well on this day of rest. I myself am not resting, but I have some information to maybe run by you. Maybe you can help with this. And then I list any email addresses that I can find. These email addresses, maybe they're not so good, maybe they are. They've been dealing with this painting thing that I was telling you about. You remember, of course, it was the one with the weird hands. Not the weird hands like the nurse in the home that your brother, God rest him, was trying to put me into, but. Maybe you could have a look into this, see if you can find any connections for me. Boychik sends his regards. He still believes in your ability to follow through. I know that you don't want to hear from him, but I said I would pass on my regards, or his regards to you. Feel free to ignore them if you wish, but I will be salvaging his feelings as best I can. I hope we will see each other maybe for dinner tomorrow. Good Shabbos.
You can't just drop in the middle of that. Hannah's got a dead brother.
Yeah, is that a voice? Is that a voice message or?
No, that's like 8 pages of text that he's.
Oh my god! But also, yeah, a dead brother. Well,
all right. There is you send that, and within like 7 seconds, you get a text back that's like on it. Absolutely, Hannah can certainly go. I think you notice that there is a vast variety of emails that get used here. It is very rare that like the same email comes up more than twice. So you have an extensive list to send to Hannah, but she will absolutely get on that case. Kiera, what are you wanting to do while folks are doing these things?
I was looking at the notebooks and the desk of stuff.
Go ahead and roll to investigate a mystery if you have not yet.
Awesome. That is an 8. Wait.
Sure.
Yeah, because I have no sharp.
Awesome. Yeah. That is a mixed success, so you get a hold of 1 from the investigator mystery questions. What would you like to ask?
I'm going to go with what can hurt it. And by it, I'm probably going with the painting.
Sure.
Or the void. Sorry, the void. I'm going with, yeah.
Oh, with the void?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Wonderful.
Or both, if you let me have both. But what can hurt it?
I might be nice. We'll see. Cool. You start looking through various notes and things. You can see that these particular documents do have more extensive detail than Miles was able to find in just like the art history. At one point, you do find like an email of some kind of like ritual circle that immediately you're like, oh, maybe that's a thing. And you can see that the kind of like email thread or like the information thread that is tied to is this a different group of individuals that acquired this painting with the intention of destroying it. And you can see that there is details in here that do you think Kiera speaks different languages or not really?
100%.
Great. It's mostly in French, but cool, wonderful. You see that there is reference to a group of individuals that identified the painting as a cursed object and tried to destroy it. A lot of the like additional notes on this that are in the kind of like scribbled handwriting is very like someone fucked with it. You gather that whoever these are did not know that that's what this ritual circle was for. Is just more tracking like what happened to the painting over time. But you can see in the ritual details that the painting is described as housing a malevolent entity, and that a group tried to undergo a ritual to destroy, to like sunder the painting in order to kill the creature. I think with your your own knowledge, clearly that didn't work. But that does explain the why this thing is in a bunch of pieces. But there is not reference to how to destroy the frame itself, there like the void kind of thing. There is reference to like the design work and the kind of construction of the frame, in that it is in some older or in some more historical references, that nickel was a metal that was sometimes used to contain, like in occult circles, was sometimes considered effective for like containing or warding off demons. And so like in terms of what this thing might, the actual metal, like the actual frame itself, demonic stuff probably wouldn't be able to fuck with it. Maybe divine stuff would be able to fuck with it, but you don't see any evidence of people like having tried to deal with the frame itself. It seems like the people that have come across this as a problem have mostly tried to deal with the painting.
She's tapping the desk, being like, thought so. And then she summons a sword.
Yeah, cool.
Just ready.
Very, very, very quickly, two things. Number one, does Kiera share this with, I guess, Saul at the table?
Yes. Oh, yeah, 100%.
And the second question I have, does Kiera recognize that there are differences between languages, or is Kiera just able to understand everything that's written down?
I'm going to go with no. Yeah, she wouldn't recognize that there's a difference between languages. She just comprehends it.
So I love this idea. I love this idea of Kiera being like, yeah, it says right here, and and Esau being like, I'm sure it's true, Malik, but I can't read this. I don't know what.
Forget your glasses?
No, it's a different language. It's a different tongue. I can't. I only have access to, 2.5 languages maybe on a good day.
She pivots to ask Saul, but Saul is obviously
So I think Sal has like his eyes going in different directions.
Yeah, she's like,
I think you've pivoted back to everybody like at the point where reality is kind of cross-fading in, and Lane and Sal. I don't know that Lane knows that Sal has just seen everything that Lane has seen, but you like kind of cross-fade back into reality in the storage unit, having uncovered that information.
Whoa.
It's probably a demon.
It's a window
Yeah.
It's a window
To a demon?
to a space that was created to house one, I think.
Or contain it.
Yeah. But that's the weird thing. It's a window, right? Like, is it a window to keep an eye or to keep an eye on them? Or a window
the thing about windows is they go in both directions.
Right. Was it intended for something to be able to observe the things outside?
They recognized it.
It's different now. There's a different vibe. Yeah.
The artists, they recognized it. They knew it. They knew whatever that is, whatever's in there. They knew what it was.
Whoa, Lane, you saw it too? The old guy?
Yeah, you did? Yeah, with the hair and the robes. Stretching it, stretching the canvas, and he said...
And he seemed really sad.
There you are, or...
Yeah, because the thing appeared. Oh boy, okay. And it looked out. It looked out and saw the smoke, right? The smoke from the candle.
I don't know what just happened, but apparently Saul and I just had the same hallucination of insight.
I think it's wonderful that your friendship is deepening so well. It's a beautiful thing to get to watch.
Yeah, this thing. I don't know if it's it's not a door. It's a window. Maybe. But yeah, this was created, right? So for the artist the artist was like, had that feeling of like reproach. Was like real sad that they had to do this.
Yeah, kind of a regretfulness.
Yeah, like maybe something like didn't go as planned or like went wrong, or maybe something. This idea of corruption, right? Like with this, maybe there was something that was corrupted and had to be
figured out how to open the window.
Or had to be like locked away, and now that the painting's been broken, a panel of the window's been broken, they can kind of reach out.
We need to put it back together.
I will also say, you are also welcome to continue to investigate a mystery if you want to work out what happened here. That is available to you. You have a lot of information.
Oh, right. Yeah.
If you want to clarify what it all adds to, that's
I think Esau is going to be trying to investigate the mystery, as it were.
Yeah.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll plus sharp.
Plus sharp. Oh, thank God! I actually do have something in sharp. Okay. So that is a total of 9.
Okay. People are welcome to help out if you want to get that to a complete 6.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll help out.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll plus cool.
I'll do a help.
We love teamwork.
I'm going to make a trust my gut roll.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll plus weird.
I just rolled a 4.
And
mark experience.
I rolled an 8.
That is enough. So that'll get a +1 to, I believe, bring that up to a complete success. Was it a 9 or
10? Yeah, it'll be a 10.
So that's a complete success.
Yep.
Excellent. With a mixed success on your help out, that does expose you to trouble or danger. So if this goes badly, you might be in the mix.
Okay.
What'd you get on your trust your gut? 10. Incredible. Wonderful. Allow me a moment.
+1.
To exposition.
Expository dialogue incoming.
Absolutely. So you all bring all your information together, gather around the workbench, try your best to sort through various bits and pieces to try and work out the full picture of what has happened here. And a number of different elements kind of add themselves together to give you the information of the full picture. From the base upwards, there is this mysterious frame, the information that you were able to discern about it, and certainly from the impression that you got from being in the space. This frame is built to house some otherworldly entity. It would be particularly useful for housing demons, but it is made to contain something. However, upon reflection, Kiera, you remember when you were fighting this creature, there was that moment where one of the hands kind of grabbed a hold of your sword, and it seemed like it almost lit up the sword slightly more than it had been previously. Previously, it had been like a smoldering blade. That would not happen if it was actually a demon that was touching your sword. Like, it's more likely the demon would catch fire rather than further ignite your weapon. And so when you reflect on that, you think like this may be a thing that was created to house malevolent entities, but whatever is inside it isn't one. And you certainly, as you had before, the kind of impression that the title gave you, this like Cosmicadian Descended, had a certain level of resonance with you. And I think you also remember way at the beginning of this mystery, when all of you were kind of becoming aware of it, you remember that weird dream you had of like interacting with something that was also falling almost like faster than you were.
Redemption.
And it had this strange kind of like malleable texture to it, even though it was still like a beating heart in your hand. And your mind kind of remembers that as not something that has maybe risen up from a hellish depths, but something from far beyond and above that has also fallen. But this frame, from what you can tell, also made to contain some kind of otherworldly entity. In terms of getting a response back from Hannah, most of what Hannah gives back to you is like, all these emails are from a bunch of smugglers. You gather that Kyle was like a kind of illicit runner or like a fixer of sorts to like get things to people, or fence, I should say. And most of these communications is like Kyle trying to track down different pieces of this painting and like who to get in touch with about it, and various people being like, hey, by the way, it's kind of a little like, here's some weird rumors that were kind of around it, and Kyle doing a bit of a like deeper dive into those themselves, whilst waiting for various packages to arrive. There is some other evidence of like packaging further from Olivari couriers that like they had trouble getting all the pieces to them at the same time. So while he was waiting, he did some digging. So you have your frame. In terms of the vision that you saw and this painting piece that has kind of gone over the top of it, you put together indeed that it is more of a window than a door. That whatever space lies within the frame is meant to just be a horrible dark void of like an oubliette of an otherworldly dimension that people just things get thrown into and forgotten about, contained and left there. And this artist, whoever they were, was attempting to make that better for whatever had ended up inside the frame by creating this kind of facade to it, by creating this other layer over the top of its cell, and indeed creating a window for this creature to be able to see out of slightly. When it comes to the ritual, however, as you're looking at the finer detail of it, fortunately, Kiera being able to read out most of the information, as you're looking at the final detail of it, you realize that part of the problem is that whoever this group was that interacted with the painting originally, they've fucked up. They have like misidentified what this whole artifact is. You can see that like by the notes of what this ritual's intention is, they have gone into try and deal with like a cursed painting and not realizing that the entity inside the painting is not part of the painting. Like the entity is something in the frame and the picture is just letting you see it. But because they have gone in and done this whole ritual to be like, I sunder the painting and the entity within it kind of thing. I think you, Sal, having been in the space with this creature, and also Kiera, when you felt this kind of influence of this thing trying to grab a hold of you, both of you are able to identify that by misperforming this ritual, they have essentially like corrupted the entity inside of the frame and sort of merged it with the painting. So there was like we are going to merge this thing with this painting and then sunder the painting, and that will sunder the creature. The entity was never merged with it in the first place, and it has ended up in this kind of corrupted mixture of a failed ritual. And therefore the thing...
misgendering, yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. And therefore the thing in the painting was not originally this weird 2D painting monster. It became that as part of this ritual, or as part of this miscalculation on this other group's efforts. And similarly to what you were saying before, rather than a door, it is a window. But also, if a window breaks, you can still get in and out of the house. And therefore, when this piece has kind of been sundered apart, it has allowed an opportunity, possibly not very recently, but like possibly not immediately, but over an amount of time, the amount of time that this creature has been inside this thing and been influenced by this magic, it has allowed it time to work out how to kind of access those cracks in the window to be able to get out and reach out for things. And so like that is the kind of overview of what it seems like this whole mess of an entity is. As you all kind of put these pieces together and try and finish up the idea of what this whole situation has been, to kind of put all the strands and connect all the dots, the four of you standing before the full picture of what has caused this tragic mystery to unfold are the experts in this field for Serpentine, whether you feel like it or not. You are the people who will find a solution for this one way or the other. And in this moment, there is perhaps a wash of thoughts and feelings that occur to you, but each of you have a distinct interpretation cross your mind. Sal, looking at this creature, changed and unrecognizable from its original self, you see an entity that, tangled with the strangeness of metaphysical altercations and, unlike yourself, has not fully survived the encounter. Something that has been fundamentally changed by the environment it has been forced into, perhaps irreversibly. Esau, considering the path of this creature's interactions with the world around it, you see a darker side of connection. This is something that has attached itself to others, not to mutually benefit or better each other, but to try and find answers from people outside, or grasp out for some kind of connection, maybe, perhaps some kind of understanding or some kind of hope in this circumstance. And perhaps it had sinister intent in reaching out towards others, or perhaps it was just unable to comprehend a better way. Lane, you see the fractures in the masterpiece that fascinated you from the moment you laid eyes on it. You can see the mastery and the detailing and the sundering that should have brought an end to this threat, instead having caused a far greater one. The tears across the canvas, like Lichtenberg scars of arcane power, are proof of an organized group acting on assumed authority being wrong and dooming others by deciding to follow orders first. You also remember you have 6 cameras and a computer bag at home that have gone untouched for a number of days. And Kiera, in this like shifting shape within the painting, you see a stranded being like you once were. Something that has been cast into an unknown world, barely able to make sense of itself in its descension, and did not have a kind heart to care for it or a strong hand to pull it out of the street. The struggle inside this creature was never given greater purpose, and instead of personhood, it was labeled a monster to be constrained. But now, like many works of art, perspectives depend on how you choose to frame it. Whether the four of you, whether the meaning that you take away is ultimately up to you, whatever it may be. So in this moment, as you see this artwork in front of you, the final piece of it in your hands, and some vast looming creature beyond this potential doorway, what do you do?
I was wrong.
What do you mean?
Mala, it's
I think it is I was wrong. I think it is a sibling of mine.
Why?
How?
Why do we just keep screwing things up?
It's not just us.
People. Why do we? Oh, why?
Because we think we understand things that we have no business trying to understand.
And we think we're the boss. We think we're the.
Yingala, there's a very old idea that says to err is human, to forgive is divine. We screw up because we are human. But to fix things, to find solutions, this is what shows our humanity.
But I mean, what if we can't? What if we can't, though?
There is always a solution to the problem in front of us. The problem is that every solution brings new problems afterwards.
The worst thing that we could do is nothing.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Wojciech's right on this. To do nothing would be to be complicit in whatever happens afterwards. Anything that goes wrong would become our responsibility.
I think Sal goes over and hugs Kiera.
Kiera's quite upset, actually.
Yeah.
I think we need to really. I wasn't wrong earlier. They are not chasing me, but they are stuck in the clay.
Kiera, Malach, I understand that this is upsetting to find a sibling of yours that you weren't necessarily aware was around, but to find them in such a way that their essential nature has been changed, the choices they've made have changed their way of being. There is very little true evil in the world. There are differences of perspective, there are differences of values, and these things can be adjusted over time. To my mind, I worry that perhaps what we are looking at here, your sibling that has been trapped in this painting because of misguided people's decisions who were doing what they thought best at the time with less information than they needed. Perhaps your sibling has been left in a place that they cannot come back from. And this is the thing that I fear.
We have to try
so.
though, right?
I had I don't know what you would call it. You don't get them. Sal, would it be a dream? Would it have been a vision?
Those are things. Yeah, those are things. Lane and I just had one.
I received an email.
Okay.
I received an email.
That is also a
slightly
thing.
different, but yeah.
And the email said redemption.
Oh.
And that is what I must do.
What we must do, right?
What we must do.
We're a team, right?
Wait, what does that look like? What do you mean?
Yeah, we're going to try to do that here?
I don't know. Thinking of like the landscape that I was on in my email.
Yes, in your email.
As per the last email, yeah.
Was it a Gmail, a God mail?
Oh, that was good. That was so good. Did you say it out loud? Because Kiera's like, it was a Gmail. That's exactly what it was.
Legally distinct.
Any gleanings from the Gmail?
I mean, I think I would say roll to investigate a mystery to see if you can get any information upon reflection on that. But I think aside from the information that you got immediately,
that's a 10.
Sick. I will say you are welcome to ask a question from the investigator mystery list. I will also say if you want the with like phenomena mysteries or things that are slightly different to like monster mysteries, you can also ask essentially like one very specific question and one generic question if you would like to do that instead. So if you're like, I specifically want to know like, do I know this creature's name and what is it? That would be a very specific one. If you want to be like, do I know whether this thing is good or bad? That would be a more generic one that you would be able to ask.
I like both of those questions.
Okay, cool. Great, wonderful. Absolutely. I will say, upon reflecting on the premonition, the Gmail that you got, you, I think that you possibly walk back a little bit the supposition that it might be like a sibling. I think the energy that you get more so is like a cousin, maybe.
Yeah.
Something of a similarly higher realm, but
It's
not
not
necessarily
demonic.
something from your branch of the
100%.
pantheons that exist. But certainly something of
Family.
that And I think you honestly, in terms of whether this thing is good or bad, I think that you don't. It didn't seem to have any inherent sinister intention, but I think also that if this is a creature that has fallen to earth in a similar fashion, when that happened for you, a lot of how you ended up interacting with the world depends on the kind of people that you ended up with. You kind of end up though you might have a inset morality potentially, a lot of that gets impacted by, you come in quite neutral, I should say. So I think that the vibe that you get from this, or that you picked up from that premonition at least, is something that was very malleable and also quite vulnerable, which could take it in either direction. At the moment, it certainly seems quite upset, but from what you've put together, it's been through a lot. So whether that's because it's a sinister creature or whether that's because it's lashing out after bad things have happened, unclear.
I think it is confused. I think it does not know. It did not have a Sal and an Esau and a Lane.
I think Esau's going to go over to Kiera and take her hands.
I don't think we can. Yeah.
Kiera, one of the things that all of us have had to learn, and that while you are here with us, you will have to learn as well, because of the world that we are in. A fire does not have any ill intent. The fire just is what it is. It does what it does. But the only way to stop a fire that rages is to put it out. And I think that needs to be a possibility that you need to accept, that whether or not this being that you are related to is intentional with its destruction, with the pain that it leaves in its wake, it may be that one of the things we have to face is the possibility that its only redemption is stopping any further pain. And I would not offer this as a first decision, as a first option, but I think that is a thing that you may need to make peace with.
Would I believe that releasing my family member from the clay that currently traps it, would I believe that would qualify as redemption?
I mean, potentially. Again, I think redemption can be very malleable depending on who's asking who to be redeemed. So some of that can be a matter of there's a potential for it, I will say. I don't know that. I think you would know that, if you had the capacity to right the wrongs that this creature had enacted on the world, or if the creature had the ability to do that and did so, that would maybe be a more solid form of redemption. Unsure that that's super on the table because this thing's been around for many, many years. But I think that I think you would know, or I think you would get the vibe that in order to properly achieve redemption of some kind, in a lot of cases, there needs to be a action on the part of the redeemed to kind of achieve that in many ways. Not always, but often. So, like, just giving it back to its regular form might not be enough. There might be a choice that needs to be made once that has happened.
Are you suggesting releasing it or trying to free it from this? Certainly you're not thinking that, are you?
I was.
But if we do that and things go sideways, we're no better than the people that came before us and thought that they knew what the answer was to cause this thing asunder and did what they did in the first place to this creature. And if it gets away from us, it could attack everyone. It could destroy this whole place. I think we need to do something, but I don't think we should release that into this realm.
I was thinking to release it from its physical form.
And where would it go?
I mean, if we're lucky, back into the oubliette.
Lucky.
I think I was hoping it would leave.
Look, we could repair the canvas, kick this thing down the road for someone else to deal with. I don't particularly like that option. That's not our style. But I'm really hesitant to release this thing. We don't know what it's going to do. Even if there was some kernel of good intent at its core of what it was before, which very well may be the case, Kiera, that thing wanted to kill Sal. It wanted to pull you in.
Lane, if you found an animal in the woods in a trap and you had the ability to release it from that trap, would you walk away? Is this a thing you would do?
I would call a resource professional that knows how to release a caught animal from a trap.
I think that's us.
We are the experts.
Yeah, I think that's us, Lane.
In this moment, we are the ones who have the potential to free this being from the trap that it is currently in.
It's not only the trap that it's caught in, it's also caught in this twisted, corrupted form.
Its nature has changed.
Its nature has changed. Look, there's two ways I see this happening. If we're to do something to try and free this thing, we destroy the frame, right? And we release it. And with luck, we hold our bated breath to find out what the ramifications of that action are. Or we go into that space and address it there.
Ruby, would I understand inherently that, like, in the same way that I am not the clay flesh meat sack, would also be the same for my family member? Yeah.
I think your understanding of this kind of entity, you are like, they are a higher energy, and then they would have a corporeal form on this world, theoretically.
Yeah. And in the gut instinct,
yes.
You said that the creature was reaching out, not necessarily with malevolent energy, reaching out for answers, reaching out to bring in understanding. Mm-hmm. So not intending to kill necessarily.
Not necessarily.
So I do believe that there is. So I do believe that the inherent, for lack of a better term, spirit or soul or higher entity inside the horrifying flesh sack of many limbs isn't necessarily going to be released from that, and then upon gaining understanding, be evil.
Yeah, I think you would know that it's not. You would know that is not predetermined, that this thing will get, if this thing gets set free from its current form, that it will definitely be evil. But also, much like regular people have various different degrees to which they are good and evil at various points in time, it has tried to reach out and grab a hold of people. It has also actively cut your friend's face up recently, which was purely fighting. So, like, this thing is, I think I think it's possibly not entirely possible to say that it will have one intent or the other. It may depend situationally.
Okay, and my next thought,
yes,
just to the group, say to the, because I convey that to our specialized team. I stepping into the painting is a great idea to reduce harm on this world, but I have no guarantee I will not be trapped.
Entirely true. Yes, you certainly have no. And I will also say for the record that Sal got out of that real good, because Sal has a lot of things that mean he doesn't have to worry about metaphysical interactions with stuff. It reduces the amount of harm he takes. It stops him having to make rolls to deal with it. There is not a guarantee that everybody would have as nice of a time as Sal did.
Yeah, I think Sal is like, I only got out of there because you guys pulled me out, really. Like,
for myself, I was thinking that of all of us, in terms of separating things that have been brought together, things of different worlds, dimensions, whatever fits into your head to think of these things, I was thinking that perhaps Kiera and her sword, with one edge in this world and one edge in another, might be the best tool we have at our disposal to cleave apart these things that have been brought together in the mishmash. I don't know entirely what that would look like, but certainly Sal got lucky, and luck is good, but luck is not a thing to be counted on. Lane has some amazing skills, he does, but not necessarily with this. Of all of us, Kiera and Malach, you're the thing that is most of two worlds, and as such, perhaps you're the one to separate these things again. But a sword is inherently a violent tool, and maybe there are outcomes that are unideal through the application of it. A sword is not a scalpel.
On that note, though, Esau, when I was in that other space, I lifted up the ground and saw the two sides, right? And when this thing was charging at me, it seemed like that was similar. So maybe in this case, the sword is kind of like a scalpel. Like if we can get under the surface of it somehow, maybe we can peel away that corruption to find what's underneath. You know what I mean?
I don't speak to what will be, I speak to what might be. I want us to all be prepared for a range of possible outcomes, is all I'm saying. Yingle, it's good that you have this deeper knowledge than we do, and I appreciate you for it.
Ultimately, we also can't let this being as it is continue, so...
It cannot stay as it is. This I believe.
Do we wish... We should probably... on a scale of 1 to 10, how wildly roughed up were we when we came out of the original encounter with it?
When this thing punched you or mauled you, it did 2 harm.
Wasn't great.
Which is halfway to needing to be in the hospital.
Yes.
Mechanically, we have 6 harm available to us before it's good night Vienna.
This is true.
So that is 33% of the way to curtains.
Yes. Do we wish... Okay, taking into account everything we currently understand, do we wish to proceed in the storage unit, or
you think try and get the frame somewhere else
for this fight?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a fight, right? We could I guess let it out and then try and subdue it and help clear out this stuff. present a fight this,
one way or the other, I feel like it would be best for us to have less people around.
I mean, there's only just the one guy at the desk, right?
Yes, but we're in a built-up environment, Sal. Like, think a little beyond the door that we've gone from.
Oh, I see. Yes.
And look, while the man wasn't necessarily a nice man, he also wasn't inherently an agent of evil, and so thus we should bring down destruction upon his business and his house.
So let me get this straight. We're talking about letting this thing out. That's what we're talking about right now. Just to be clear, I just want to make sure that I understand what's going on here, because
we're talking about encountering it in some way rather than sealing it up.
You're talking about, collateral damage concerns, and Sal, you said let it out. There's really only one way to interpret that in my mind.
I'm saying we free the animal from the trap it's in, and then we see what happens. Because in this, we are the experts. And I say that if we are going to free this animal from the trap in which it has been for so long, we try to help it. We try to give it good options in front of it. But if it thrashes around as a trapped, potentially harmed animal might, we take it to a place where the thrashing is less of a danger to people who did not sign up for this and people who are not experts. This is what I am saying.
Okay.
Also, we put it down.
I'm just going to go on the record saying I think this is a terrible idea, but I'm going to stand right beside you all as we move forward.
Lane, I think at this junction, at this time, there are no good ideas to be had. You talk about putting the painting back together and kicking the can down the road,
which I did not think is the right decision. My decision point was we let it out, or we go in and meet it on its home turf and deal with it in a different place where it is not going to escape, hopefully, and destroy the young man at the front desk or any other person that it encounters.
And what if we can't escape?
Sal, did in terms of us understanding that the painting, being inside the painting, might not be super great for us. Did you get any vibe that was a possibility?
When I was there, I got a very strong sense that I was being anchored there, like that I was contained. And I think the only reason I was able to get out with the help of you is because of who I am, I guess. Like, I may be able to do a similar kind of thing if we're all in there and get us all out again.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, all I'm saying is, Lane, if you all come in, you all are at risk, and I will try to be the one to open some kind of doorway again. But
listen, for a minute. We pulled you out physically. We grabbed your hand and pulled you through. We hold on to you. You're on the other side. Kiera attempts to reason with this thing or puts it down, but at the very end, whatever happens, Esau and I pull you out. You and I hold hands through the gate, and we pull you out. I don't know if it'll work.
I see what you mean.
We maintain the connection between the realms the entire time. That's probably a stupid idea. Fuck.
It's not a bad idea. My worry is that you and Esau aren't there if we need you. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know what I can do.
I don't think we've got any smart ideas left to us.
No, yeah, this is true. This is
the
true.
The thing that I worry about, the thing that concerns me is, what if one of us ends up like the piece of the man that you had rolled up in your pocket? What if by trying to be a bridge between those worlds, we end up like him? These are concerns that I think we need to consider. Things that are worth chewing on a little. And Wojciech, I say this, if something was to go wrong, God forbid, but Hannah still enjoys having you around to be mad at you.
I'm going to make a read a bad situation roll.
Yeah, go for it.
And then I'm going to make a couple other rolls.
Great. Yeah. I will say for the record as well, Sal, that I think you didn't get the impression that the environment was inherently harmful. That side of things your ability wasn't overcoming, but for sure, who knows how the corruption of this weird curse situation might interact with people when they get in there.
Yeah.
It would be pretty disorienting for anybody that isn't you a lot of the time.
It's possible that this won't apply yet.
Sure.
But my first question for read a bad situation, because I got a 9.
Nice.
So
you just get one question with a 9, because that's a mixed success.
No, totally. And then I rolled my what's my best way out? Upon getting into the painting, what's my best way out of the painting?
What's your best way out of the painting?
Yeah.
From what Sal has described the painting, that sort of that magical seam along the edge of one of the pieces of the painting, along that piece of canvas, and that Sal literally managed to grab a hold of and see from inside. That is the main thing that is letting people leave, is the fact that there are cracks in this canvas. So if you were to put the whole canvas back together, you would not have an exit. There would be no exit.
No. Totally.
But also, I think that that is certainly the avenue that is currently available to you. Those of you that might have a capacity to use magic, if you want to, you also have the ability to summon things to you, potentially with use magic. So it's possible that you could try and if people end up in this otherworldly place, that they could be summoned back to the real world. That is always a possibility. This has been referred to as something that is made to contain things, though, so it would probably be difficult.
Yes. I also got another 10 for I trust my gut.
Sick.
I would like to know where to go.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Sorry, I'm just having a look. Yeah, about what to do next. Tell you where you should go, wherever it is, it will be important, and you get a +1 ongoing on the way to this place.
Ruby suddenly going, shit. Now I have to
okay, fine, I'll be in charge again.
I should have been rolling the entire time.
Wonderful. I think taking a moment to reflect on your instincts, though you have not interacted with it personally, I think that you know, or your impression of this conversation is that absolutely going into this otherworldly space might be dangerous, but given the freaking colossal size of this thing as you have seen it, probably the safest place to go and interact with it at the risk of not affecting the rest of Serpentine, really. There's a baseball field we could go and do this in, but if you really want to keep the potential damage to just as small an amount as possible, going into this otherworldly place is probably the safest, is probably the most advantageous option. I think that you do know that you probably, in terms of getting there, or like in terms of doing that, and also kind of similarly with your read a bad situation of like what's the best way out. The best way out is to have someone on the outside of this thing to help you, whether that is yourselves, whether that is one of your many allies that you have access to that could be holding a rope for you on the other side. That's up to you. But I think that is like, if that is where you end up going, which is what your instincts lead you to, the best way to get out of there is probably to have someone to help you from the regular world.
I convey that to the group.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm now on lane cyber going into the painting, but I think we should have someone on the outside with
absolutely. Like, I mean, Intergot's pretty strong, right? And she hasn't really like screwed us over yet.
She is also really pissed at you because you've committed a lot of crimes recently.
Yeah, I mean, it's. But I feel like maybe that's the thing, and we're like, hey, look, we have committed a bunch of crimes, so maybe you can come and keep an eye on us, and if things go wrong, then you're right there to arrest us, right?
Sal,
yeah.
If we need someone strong, your idea is to call our police contact to where we are in the middle of the commission of what is technically a crime.
Yeah.
In this moment, look, I will call one of my nephews. They're big, strong boys. They will.
I'm just saying. The only person stronger than Intergot is like Kiera or Mel.
I don't trust Mel.
I don't think we have enough money to buy Mel. You know what I mean?
I call one of my nephews. They'll be fine. Let me text one of them.
Are
now.
they the footballers? Are those football guys?
The big guys.
Yeah.
Capable.
They have the moving company, right?
Well, I mean, some of them have a moving company. Some of them, they're working as, they work as forestry workers. Some of them do different things. Who's to say?
Cool.
There's so many of them now. It's honestly, I feel sorry for the guy I'm having to write Christmas cards. I couldn't keep track of all of them.
Okay, you are going to reach out to one of your various relatives?
Yes.
Cool. Who are you calling? And while you are doing that, is anybody
drop a
going to put
message
any
in the family group chat?
Oh, just the family group chat. Right.
Everyone's like, Uncle Esau needs a couple of strong hands, boys. Who's around?
Incredible.
Who's nearby?
To a random storage unit.
Yeah, random storage
Don't
unit.
worry about it.
Hello, my nibblings and loved ones. Uncle Esau here. Could someone potentially please come and help us with a small problem requiring a strong back and a careful pair of hands? This is the address. Please try to be as nice as you could to the man at the front desk. He's not so bad, but he's not so good either. And if we could be there as quickly as possible, that would be wonderful. Thank you, love, Esau, and I will see you all at the next family dinner.
Wonderful. You send that message, and you actually hear like down the hallway, you hear like ding. A couple of seconds later, who walks around the corner? Which one of your nieces and nephews
Eddie,
walks around
it is wonderful to see you. How is your father?
Sorry, what was the name I was talking?
Eddie.
Oh, great. Yeah, wonderful.
And Eddie, unlike Itzhak, who was there before, Eddie is wider in the shoulder, but a few inches shorter. Mm-hmm. Like, but both of them still probably north of 350 pounds of solid build.
Yeah. Carrying a fridge in the front with a laundry.
Eddie looks like the guy who'd pick up the baby grand by himself.
Yeah.
And Itzhak was the guy who moves Coke fridges by himself.
Yeah, great.
Under each arm.
Yeah. Eddie comes around the corner with like carpentry gloves on. It seems like this may be like a workspace unit that they've hired elsewhere in the storage facility. He comes around the corner, is just like, Uncle, what are you doing?
Eddie, it's good to see you. Look, we might need your help to hold a rope going to a place that is going to look very strange, but trust me, we'll get some hot chocolate later. We'll talk about it.
Sure.
Everything will be good.
Do you want a chain rather than like a rope? I got some stuff in the unit.
Maybe we take both. We see which one does better. There's circumstances that difficult to explain. Get both.
Sure. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Goes around and gives like everybody a handshake.
Like hands
I'll be
the
back.
size of baseball mitts.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll get that sorted. I'll be back in just a second. While Eddie is running and getting some supplies to be able to drag you back out of this interdimensional space, do y'all want to do any particular preparations before diving through this portal or attempting to get into this realm? It's okay if the answer is no.
I don't think I have anything.
I think I'm gonna say something because I'm setting myself up for something that may or may not go off.
Yeah.
But I think there'll be a moment where Esau kind of absentmindedly wanders off to a corner and there's like his eyes kind of lose focus and you can hear him kind of like, yeah, and then he'll just turn around and come back.
Yeah, cool. Great. Wonderful. Eddie comes back with the chain and ropes and
Sal
things
looks at
sitting
Esau
up.
and he's like talking to the weird bird again. Yeah.
No, it's it was a phone call. I need to put everything on speaker for you now? Is this what it is? There are many phone calls you've been taking, Sal, that I wouldn't want to listen in. But sometimes my hearing aids, they lock into your Bluetooth headphones. I don't want to hear them, but I hear them sometimes.
Oh, speaking of, by the way, Sal is going to set up one of the remaining GoPros that he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Set that up in a corner, looking towards where we're going to be.
Cool.
And I'm actually going to live stream it and patch it through to Miles.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love that.
Yeah. Just be like, hey, Miles, I know this is going to wake you up because you were sleeping and you're going to be really annoyed, but you're going to want to watch this and maybe figure something out. I don't know.
Amazing. Great. Love that. You start sending that feed through to Miles in a different shot. There is Miles with this whole thing on his crazy huge TV racked by DVDs that's just barely woken up on the couch and kind of sees something coming in. It's starts making tea and getting ready to be the man in the van, though he has no way of helping you potentially. Cool. Eddie gets part of the chains and ropes and the various retrieval items strapped into the end of the workbench. That's the sturdiest piece of furniture in the storage unit. And the four of you stand in front of the frame and the mostly broken painting with the tiny bit of void in one corner. What are you doing to try and get inside?
Following Sal's lead.
Yeah. How did Sal get in the
Yeah. Okay. I guess, Lane, we put that piece back. And then try and.
But if we put the piece back, doesn't it mean that the window is not broken and then we cannot get through?
I think so. I think that's... Look, at the end of the day, if this doesn't go well, this piece goes back in place. Whether or not we're on this side or that side, right?
Yeah. Well, then, I guess when I opened the dumpster, it was... the void just, I guess, took a hold of me. So maybe we just hold hands and I try and open the door through that void piece? Question mark. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
Do it. Everybody buddy up. Eddie, you got you got it. Okay.
Wonderful. You all hold hands, and as you approach this painting, trying your best to kind of attune to the situation to try and recreate whatever had grabbed a hold of you previously and taken you to that space. Sal, as you're approaching this whole setup, you feel yourself reach a crossroads of sorts. You feel that with your own particular understanding and interactions with these kind of zones of strangeness before, you could try and reach into that same seam or breakage along the canvas to get into that painted world again. You do also, from this perspective, standing in front of the frame and in front of that section of void, you do also see a chance to go straight to the void. It would be more difficult, but essentially you could, without having to roll, you could get to the painted world. If you wanted to, you could try to get to whatever is underneath that painted layer directly, but you would have to roll for it.
Oh, yeah, I think... and Sal would recognize that whatever was the void is where the entity is.
Yes, the void is where it originally was. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Sal's going to be like, "Oh, this is way worse." And it's going to try and go straight for that void.
Cool. Go ahead, and I will say in this circumstance, roll plus weird for me.
Okie dokie. Oh, yes. That's a maximum damage. That's 14.
Maximum damage. I get there and I punch it in the face.
Yeah, I punched it.
Incredible. You approach the frame, and rather than reaching for that painted canvas world, you all, as you're holding hands, you see Sal reach forward, and the tips of his fingers and then the rest of his arm just disappear into pure inky blackness in the corner of this frame. And as you reach into it, there is a moment where you can feel that inherent pull that this item has, that you just kind of let yourself give into, and the rest of you follow in the hopes that your friend is leading you in the best possible direction.
Yep. Yeah, as we disappear, yeah, Sal is like looking back at them being like, "Okay, guys, here we go. Just remember to whoop."
You disappear into in through the frame. There is the tiniest little bit of Eddie on the other end being like, "What the?" And then it disappears. And the ringing of a chain behind you as whoever's on the end of the line has probably got the other end of your lifeline back out. And you feel yourselves falling and falling for a vast distance, and then you feel yourself like suspended. And this time, Sal, you do feel that same feeling that you did when you interacted with the mystery spot back in earlier days. You feel that kind of like weightless, dimensionless, directionless void that you have found yourself in. However, this time, rather than being alone, as your worst fears might take over, you feel the grip of your friends beside you in your hand. And you can see the line of you all kind of suspended in this pure dark space, except for a shifting colossal mass of 2D paintwork. You see the same creature, still not in its original form, still in this somewhat corrupted paint-like structure, towering over you, but also not entirely capable of like reaching you in a meaningful way. There is no distance or like ground to cover in this kind of space, and though it is aware of your presence and sort of writhing and twisting in front of you, it has not yet managed to approach you. What do y'all want to do?
So I may have taken a shortcut, guys. Here we are, I guess.
Is that it?
That's it, Lane. That's the thing.
So I'm wondering if it's really close to us and so looks really big, or if it's really far away and then it's really, really big.
Yeah, it's really, really big.
Good. I think decisions have been made, and now we get to deal with the ground in front of us.
I'd like to try to read a bad situation.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Absolutely, you can.
Go ahead and roll the read a bad situation.
I read the situation. It's bad.
Out of curiosity.
For reasons. Yeah. All right.
No big deal.
Let's see. That is with sharp. Okay.
Yeah, plus sharp.
Ooh, that, even with the plus sharp, is a 4.
Ooh, that is a failure. Unless everybody wanted to help out, you could get that to a mixed success. Otherwise, you can mark experience.
What do you want to do, Lane? Do you want some help? You okay, buddy?
This is a bad idea. This is a really bad idea. I'll take the experience.
Yeah, great. The void around you is giving so little information that it is hard to be able to discern any further things than what you have already pieced together outside. I will say, Kiera, in terms of trying to move towards it, you're welcome to try to roll. In this situation, now that you are in this other metaphysical space, Sal, if you are leading the way, you won't have to roll to act under pressure in this space.
I think Sal looks at Kiera to see how Kiera's kind of coping with being here, if there's any kind of discernible change. And I think is Kiera just like focused on this thing? Like, is there an obvious intention from Kiera?
Yeah.
Then I think Sal is going to try and cool. Lead them there for sure.
Absolutely. You, with your intention focused towards the creature, you almost in a like magnetic pull fashion, grabbing a hold of everybody else, you manage to shift yourself towards the creature. It was decently big and actually quite close, so you're slightly relieved that it is not a full Eldritch Titan size that you just couldn't discern. But if you want, you can get as close to this creature as you want. You can still see that like inside of its body, pieces of it are shifting and moving, but they are not as like frantic or as volatile as they have been previously. But they are still sort of slowly shifting around as you enter this. It's reach, so to speak.
Yeah. I think the whole time Sal is like holding on to Lane. Mm-hmm. Just hearing Lane freak out, and he's just like, "I'm here, buddy. I'm here."
We made a bad decision. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize, Lane. This was a bad choice, but I think we only had bad choices, my man. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're smart people. We'll get there. Just breathe. Just remember the techniques from the therapy class, man. I'm here. I'm your buddy. It's you and me. That's it. Breathe. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Are there any discernible edges? Like when I was being told to like separate the thing, can I see any discernible edges to separate the thing?
I will say go ahead and roll to read a bad situation. Because that includes what is most vulnerable to me, which would give you that kind of information.
Yeah. Nice.
It's another 12.
Yeah! That's a hold of 3, in fact.
Oh, my Lord.
Absolutely. In terms of that question you just asked, I would cover that under what's most vulnerable to me. You looking at this creature, you do see. Your mind almost interprets an edge because it is so like flat. It has that 2D like structure to it, so you can see. But again, that's also weird to view in an entirely black void. So like, I think you feel like you probably could pull at the edge of where that like 2D nature of it is to try and pull things away from it. But I think you also could tell, like, looking at this creature, in terms of what's most vulnerable to me, I think most of this creature, upon looking at it, though it has that painted layer and aesthetic and visual to it, it seems like it is made up of a lot of human limbs rather than, like, otherworldly limbs, and therefore most of the full physicality of it is probably pretty vulnerable to you because it's probably mostly people parts. I think you can also tell that, like, the way that in some places the exterior of it is like stretched and in some places it's loose and it's just generally ill-fitting. You can tell by looking at it that there is no discernible like figure at the center of it, right? But it has this ill-fitting nature to it that you're like, this is all pieces assembled around a core of some sort that would be the thing to actually go after if you are trying to reach for some inner crux of this creature, or if you're trying to particularly hurt it. There is something at the center of this mass that would be the main thing to aim for. So either works.
Okay.
And you still have 2 other hold.
Cool. Can I ask what's the best way to protect the victims? Now, including the family member as a victim.
Absolutely.
As well.
Absolutely.
I kind of assume the people parts are probably from the ritual and probably like long dead. I don't think they're coming back.
No.
from the morgue, you know what I mean? Pretty confident.
No. That's
so
pretty
I think currently we're victims, potential victims, and then I think the creature also is.
Absolutely. Certainly, if this thing, in order for you to get close enough to interact with it, everybody in your group is within striking distance from this thing. So like the best way to kind of protect them is to get them the hell away from it, but that's a very, very long distance that they need to be away from it to be able to be safe. I think that one of the better ways to protect the victims is like, for now, it seems relatively calm. So like, keep it calm and maybe it won't fight back. It won't cause anybody a particular injury. And in terms of protecting the creature itself, I think that looking at this at this form in front of you, you have an instinctive feeling that like it is not necessary to like slice through this creature, especially because as with your own abilities, then the main thing that you know can interact with and like cause harm to things pretty universally is just your hands, not necessarily your weapons. And I think you can tell that in order to fulfill what you are trying to do here, to kind of potentially remove this whatever has been put upon the original entity, the safest way to protect the thing itself would to be gently trying to achieve that with like hands on rather than slashing at it with a sword. I think that there's a chance that if you were to take a holy weapon to this thing, it might get interpreted as harm, or it might end up causing harm. If you just go hands on, that's probably the safest, as safe as you can be with your items assembled with you.
Cool.
Anything with your third question?
I think my third question is, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
No. You've got a pretty good idea of the dangers.
Solid.
Big monster. Yep. You're in a box that's meant to keep things inside.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. But you have a +1 ongoing while dealing with all of the things that you have read a bad situation about. So Brilliant. That also includes getting out of the box that you are all
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. Cool. I think I'm going to start with talking.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
What do you want to say?
I'm going to say cousin, and then wait and see what happens. Obviously. Like, this is the writhing mass. Get angry. And then I'm going to say, you do not need to touch us to gain understanding. I can tell you everything that has happened to you since you fell. Is there a reaction?
Interesting. You say cousin, and as you start to continue your sentence, the like further reaches of this creature kind of curve inwards around your group, almost like a little arc of interest to kind of get a closer look at you, though it has no obvious face or obvious way to like respond to what you're saying, but I think you get a vibe of curious body language from its many assembled parts.
And I'm going to detail falling in case the creature forgot falling. And then I'm going to detail landing, and I'm going to detail my landing, which is to say I was very confused and suddenly covered in clay and in a place I did not understand, and at immediate imminent danger, as it turned out, from vehicles I had no comprehension of. And I was rescued, but you were not rescued. And it seems that you have spent some considerable time in this place looking for, and then I'll go on and be like, and this is from what I can tell, this is from emails, which you will not know of. This is a ritual was done. You are currently in a space, and we have come to see what we can do about your situation. I think that about sums it up.
Wonderful. Go ahead and roll something you are discovering also in this moment. Usually, hunters can't roll to manipulate monsters. In this particular situation, this creature may be a creature, but it is not the inherent monster of the mystery. So go ahead and roll to manipulate someone.
Okay, cool. This is going to be terrible, guys, because I have a
roll plus
-1. Do I get my +1?
Yes, you get a +1 from trying to protect the legends. Absolutely.
We
also,
believe in
earlier,
you.
When I had a specific question and a general question, and the specific question was this true name, did I get that, or did I misunderstand?
No, you didn't know. You don't know it. You're not on those terms. You're not on a first name basis with this entity.
Okay, come on. Oh, wait. I got a 6.
Okay, now people are welcome to help out if you want to get that to a mixed success.
I mean, I'm going to help out because my charm is pretty good.
Help out is rolling cool, by the way.
I'd like to try to help, although my cool is -1.
So is mine. Apparently, no one in this group is cool.
We're not that cool, guys. We're not that cool. Oh, I got 10 on the dice, so 9 total.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yep. So that is a +1.
Yep.
You do also expose yourself to trouble or danger.
Yeah, I got an 8.
Fair.
Okay, also the same. So you're up to.
We're all in this together.
You're up to 8. Yeah. Incredible.
Yep.
Josh's face.
I rolled a 10, so I got a 9.
Yay!
Incredible.
We're all in this together.
Actually, you all help out and all expose yourselves to trouble or danger.
Oh, yeah.
As you continue detailing through this, as Kiera continues detailing through this experience, all of you are able to explain further details in Kiera has her own understanding of a lot of things, and you are able to put it into maybe a slightly more situational or accurate understanding of things. When she says Gmail, she means blah blah blah, or things like that. You are all able to contribute to what you know of what has happened to this creature and what your intentions are in being here and in interacting with it. And
we came to make with the metaphysical paint stripper.
With your ultimately that's a 9, which is a mixed success. For your manipulate someone, that means that you succeed so long as you can do something right now to prove that you mean it. So what is the thing collectively as a group that all of you do to prove that you mean what you say? Yes, Lane.
So I would be communicating that we know that you were loved. We know that someone cared for you. We know that you're good because someone felt pain and regret at having to endure your imprisonment in this place. We saw and we felt and we understood for a moment the artist's feelings as they put this dressing upon your prison. And we're here to help.
Love that.
Yeah, and trying to explain that it was like human ignorance that like caused this misshape. That it's not inherently them. You know, that they're a product of external forces that they couldn't control. So there's no guilt, there's no blame. And this is not them. It's a real Moana and Taka moment, you know? It's like we know what you are, and you're not this.
Wonderful.
And I think like Esau's sort of closing line would be, mistakes have been made, and there to err is human, and if we could hope for anything, it is that in you could find the spark of the divine.
You put that forward to this entity, and you see the parts of its body that are kind of like wrapped around you in curiosity. The potential tension of like defensive nature that this creature could have had in its inquisitiveness of being like, what is it that you're actually here for? Like, show me that you're not gonna be here just to hurt me or further progress the things that have already happened. You see a significant amount of the tension in this entity relax, and though you can't the size of the creature does not shift, but from the front that you are perceiving, you see the tiniest glimmer of a light beneath the skin, as you see something in the depths of this creature shift towards the surface, not just curious about yourselves, but also willing to let you try whatever rescue you have described for it. This is going to be big magic. Haha, you thought we wouldn't have time. So, in order to do this, my friends, it is going to... So, if you are trying to do this, in order to not hurt this creature, it is going to take a lot of time. So, as much as you are in a dimensionless void, it is going to be waiting out in the storage unit for a significant amount of time in order to do this, like, patiently and carefully. You don't get to experiment this with the spell. You would need some other like ingredients or supplies, but I think that Kiera, the fact that you have the ability to, like, you have your hands that are able to be a weakness to anything, that will satisfy that requirement here. Having multiple people help is going to be huge because it's a big creature. Frankly, just being able to help clear some space in order to make this process work. And it doesn't need to be done in a particular place. There might be a danger. I think, honestly, you can tell that, like, if this goes badly, for one, if this goes badly, there's a chance that you spend so long in here that you just get stuck. There's also a chance that, like, if you don't remove this corruption in the right way, it could transfer to yourselves. Like, there's a chance by getting hands-on with this that it will therefore end up bouncing back on yourselves. And someone will need to use magic in order to remove a curse from an entity or object. So someone's got to make a use magic roll. And people are welcome to help out with that. If you have another role that you think you can do or another move that you want to use in order to help this big magic be successful, then feel free to pitch it. Let me know.
I feel like Esau is sort of maneuvering himself to kind of be the focal point for the magic, as it were. Mm-hmm. Not because he truly understands or intends to use magic, but that because of his faith in his friends, in the right thing, his faith in the world as a better place, it becomes a focal point for energy that he can tap into from time to time, in moments of great pressure, which, being in a gigantic void, facing a terrifying, potentially some version of celestial being that has been corrupted by,
There's a bit of pressure.
Pressure going on.
A little bit.
But knowing also that like whatever happens here prevents his world from or our world from being further affected. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
Yeah, I think like Lane, you have some means of like subverting kind of the physical realm, right? Like when we both saw that vision, I just kind of tried to center myself when that happened. I don't know if that's something you do.
I felt some sort of energy flowing through me, but I mean, it was just something that I picked up at the company retreat. I can try again.
Like that might help with what Esau's trying to do, right? Like
hell moves in mysterious ways. That's what they say, anyways.
They do. I have read that on the brochures. Kiera's pretty strong. If you're going to get in there and like try to pull this thing out, I can help. I mean, I'm not as big as Eddie, but I'm pretty strong, I guess.
Maybe if I can pull upon the energy,
like maybe maybe I can help also like move limbs out of the way,
and then we can channel it through Kiera.
Yeah,
into
part
the creature.
Part of some of the and part of some of the training we do at the dojo, like it's Gojo Ryu relies less on strikes and more on like grappling, right? So this idea of being
energy
able to
transfer,
hold and maneuver, and right. If there's any resistance, maybe I can just kind of keep some of these limbs at bay or help guide them somewhere else.
Esau, what do you think?
Yeah, does that seem okay, Esau?
You see kind of Esau sort of like centering himself, but there is something in the way that he's holding himself. He is more present than he's been for arguably as long as you guys have known him. He seems to be standing straighter. It's almost like he's lost, 10 or 15 years, but he still looks the same. Because mechanically, Esau just rolled a 13 for his use magic.
Hell yeah! Sick. Incredible. I love that.
And you like it, like as you kind of look to him with the question, Sal, you just see this very sort of firm nod from him as you see his hands tighten on his cane and his knuckles get a little bit white.
Ruby, is there still the connection to the material realm that we're from? Can we still, the chain and the rope are going through?
Yeah.
And this takes time. This is going to take some days and things like that. So as we're settling in, like, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go over to that, whatever that window is. And I'm going to lean through the window with just my head. Just kind of pull myself on the chain if I can, and with my one hand, I'm gonna pull my cell phone out, and I'm gonna call.
You know what? Actually, weirdly, the void frame, incredible reception.
Oh, fantastic!
Nothing's in the way.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, great.
I got full bars.
Yeah.
As you poke your head through, you suddenly see that there appears to be like 2 Eddies there.
Oh, hey guys, we're doing great here. I just need to make a call real quick. I'm gonna call Darlene, and I'm gonna
Amazing. Yeah, incredible, great, wonderful.
Yeah, look, Darlene, I hate to do this to you. You're my best friend at work. You're kind of my work wife, if we're being honest. Look, I have the 6 cameras. They're in my garage. They're next to the Audi in a Duluth pack. Could you please set those up for me? I'm going to be gone for a couple days. I really need you to cover for me.
Oh, look, I would hate to see you getting in trouble. So by all means, I know you keep your spare key around the back of the apartment. So I will go and check that out, and I will get those sorted out for you.
You are a gem. Thank you so much, Darlene. I'll see you when I get back.
All right, have a fun trip.
And then I'll hang up and I'll turn and go, how does she know where the key is?
How does she know where the key is?
Meanwhile, I would like for Sal and for Kiera, those of you that are bodily interacting with this entity, can I please get both of you to roll to protect someone?
Yes.
Yes.
And you also get +1 ongoing from this as well.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay.
Protect, that's tough.
Oh,
Yeah, that's tough.
That is 11.
Nice.
I also got an 11.
Hey.
Incredible.
Yes.
This does indeed, as you go through this process, this does indeed take an extended amount of time. Those of you that are interacting with this entity, again, it is a strange experience trying to 3D interact with a 2D entity, but at where you are placing like your hands and where you are trying to keep parts of it at bay, part of Esau's magic that is kind of washing this, trying to soothe this curse or part this curse, where you are interacting with this creature allows you to kind of be able to enact this removal of this particular curse. Lane, you are kind of in the background keeping an eye on things in case anybody needs a hand as well. There's occasionally moments where like a stray leg kind of twitches out and you have to kind of stop it from hitting Sal in the side of the head. And Kiera, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, good
Kiera,
technique, yeah.
As you reach forward into this with your glowing hands that are usually used for fighting back terrors various, you feel your fingers reach into this malleable clay-like body in your grasp and reach towards a light that is not quite the same burning, fiery, heavenly flame that makes up yourself, but something that has the heat of a freezer burn. You are reaching into something that is burning cold as you grab a hold of it. And very carefully, as a group, you push back the pieces of this artwork, stripping away the paint and the texture to pull the true form forward. It does not have a body to it. It is roughly the size of like roughly medium height humanoid, but it is just a purely coruscating like opalescent light. And you can also feel like almost like picking up a like a firefly in a jar. There is this hum of energy to it that I think you can inherently tell. Though this thing did fall to Earth, unlike yourself, who might have been more permanently sent to Earth, this is a thing that fell. And if it hadn't been put in a space like this, it very well would have left at some point. It very well would have flown away, much like a stray insect inside a house. But now, as you grab a hold of this entity, I'm going to need all of you to roll to act under pressure to get out of here.
How does the rest of the limbs and stuff react once this has been taken?
Once this creature gets like pulled free from the space, you see that the other, the like extra limbs and flesh of this entity almost kind of like accordion in on themselves, now like entirely slack. There is nothing continuing to animate them. And instead of the kind of mass of a towering creature that is active in front of you, you see it for the first time actually flip in a way that you can see the edge of it face on and just start like drifting into the void. It becomes a flat, unanimated piece of pieces. How did we do?
7. Not great.
I got a 7.
So we're acting under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Because of the
you will get a +1 to get out. I will say, because you did have that. And I will say you will get another +1 to because you also have the chain set up. So you're at 9.
9.
And do I also have the
10.
+1 from earlier?
That yes, no, you do. So you're at a 10.
I'm at a
Lane
10.
is at a 9. Esau, how'd you go?
I would have rolled a 10.
With those 2 extra +1s,
Yeah.
I am at a massive total of 7.
Incredible. Sal, you would have rolled a 10, as you've said. As you are all like grabbing a hold of the chain and making your way back out of this space,
is there a second +1 for Esau because it's a chain and a rope? And there's two.
And there are 2 Eddies.
No. There's Eddie and there's Jed.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Eddie and Jed.
You all grabbing a hold of the chain and preparing to make your way out of here. Sal, your +10 instead becomes a maneuver to help out your friend, as you are someone that is accustomed to these kinds of spaces. Even with that, you all can feel the drag of this particular environment trying to keep you held within this space. You reach an extra hand down to Esau to help pull him further out through this chain, out beyond this ever-stretching darkness. There is a point where that suction from inside of the environment becomes a like flip of momentum, and suddenly you are rocketing forwards along this chain. You can feel something on the other side pulling heavily in front of you. And as with a sudden burst of light, the 4 of you emerge from this frame. You see bleary-eyed. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on. There is a flashing of light, of reds and blues, of brilliant opalescent lights around you. As you can see, coming to, you are not in the storage unit. You are out on the streets of Serpentine. Eddie and Jed are still there. They have hauled you with the chain out of the way. And the figure that you have brought with you through this frame, this kind of opalescent light, in the moment that you escape the frame, there is this like flare of energy and like a firework just off into the light, up into the sky ahead of you. And as the 4 of you kind of groggily open your eyes, feel the heavy cement under your face, and look up to see a pretty severe looking Senior Sergeant Coble, along with a much more kind of nervous, sort of holding their tongue at the back of the group, Officer Entegart. And all of you have basically burst out of the back of a police cruiser among a variety of various stolen goods that were also part of the many accumulated wealth inside of the storage unit. And you see in the flashing of this blue and red lights, the shadow of Senior Sergeant Coble kind of come over and stand over the top of the 4 of you and say, "Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about this.
We can explain."
And that's where we are going to leave things for this mystery.
Amazing. We did it. We did it.
Hey,
we did it.
Hey, we are the experts that we thought we were.
We are the experts, yes.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
So we had to do a bit of a quick wrap up there because for time things. But thank you all so much for sticking with us for a little bit longer. And thank you all for hopefully enjoying this fun little mystery, getting a glimpse into the town of Serpentine. If we do another mystery, is going to be breaking out of prison, probably.
Yeah. When we do the next mystery.
When we do the prison break.
But thank you all so much for coming along.
Ruby,
and I hope
thank you. Yes, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Ruby, for that awesome, twisted, very weird mystery. That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh my God. And thanks to all the friends who hung out in the chat with us tonight. We had a bunch of new people show up, and appreciate you joining in and supporting this amazing group of storytellers here. Speaking of which, let's go around the table and let people know who you are, what you've got going on, and anything else you want to say about the game that we just wrapped up. And that is going to set the stage for the next mystery. I'm going to kick it straight to you, Ruby, because I feel like that's a great place to start.
Oh my gosh. Hi, I'm Ruby. You can find me in various places at This Is Ruby OK. Thank you all so much for letting me come and take over the channel for a little bit. This was indeed a very weird mystery that we had a kind of various logistical reasons we had less time to deal with than initially, which is fine. And then also, Taranaki's internet got ruined. So we had some complications, but I hope that you'll had fun exploring it anyways. I love Monster of the Week. I think it's super cool. And there are so many extra awesome things that we have behind the scenes in this story that if we get a chance to dive into some more, will be very fun. But for now, I hope that y'all are satisfied with this particular mystery and go and try it out because it's a really cool game made here in Aotearoa. And I will sing its praises from the rooftops for time immemorial. I will hand over to Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I played Kiera over the course of these 3 episodes. Thank you so much, Ruby, for hosting just an absolutely wonderful universe for us to play in, and to my fellow players for just providing the best time. You can find me on Blue Sky at Emily B -H. No, in the Emily B -H. And yeah, looking forward to the next one, hopefully. And I'll pass over to Alan.
Hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Alan Henry. I'm a thoroughly strange person. I was playing Sal Burnside, a bachelor around town, Gojo Ryu student, exposed to the weirdness a while ago and has been having a weird life ever since. This has been great. I love playing with these people. Thank you, Dave, for inviting us onto this wonderful platform, into this wonderful community. And yes, to my fellow friends and players and fellow Kiwis, what a joy it is to play. This is so great. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. You can find me online at Alan Henry Official. Yeah, I'll bump it down over to Josh.
Kia ora, I'm Josh. I'm a giant geek. I've been playing Esau Applebaum, who is a very elderly man with a very large family, and a few interesting ideas and a little bit of knowledge from a long lifetime. It's been a delight diving into Monster of the Week. It's been my first experience with it, so I've been having a great time. Obviously, getting to be part of the Guild Superior crew and to play with some of my favorite people in the world is always a delight. I am around on socials. I think we've chucked something in the chat. I'm not massively active because I've got enough going on in my life, but I can be found there if you're patient. And with that, I will throw it over to actually, unless something else pops up, I will see Guild Superior back here in October, as part of the spooky season games. But perhaps more of that closer to the time. Yeah, I'll check it back to Dave. That's everything I got. Cool.
Wonderful teaser for some upcoming debauchery that we will be embarking upon in October. Everybody knows me. I'm Dave. I get to play games, produce games, run games here in Guild Superior. And before I say anything, I do have some announcements. I just want to say you guys amazing. I love playing games with you all. Josh, Esau, like that whole character was so rich and beautiful and fun and insightful. I loved what you did with that character. I can't wait to see more of what he and his nephews have in store for us. And Alan Sal had this like amazing, like sort of awkward, like righteousness to him, which I thought was so fun and endearing, very endearing character that was really easy to like and be like teammates with, which I thought was awesome. And Kiera was so like Emily, I loved how you did, like how she was very confused about how the world worked, even though she's like this godly figure. I just thought that was great, and it was super fun. And then in the end, she she channeled the energy and made it all happen, which was fucking heroic, which I loved. And Ruby, amazing storytelling. I think I told you during the break, like the whole description of the world when Sal was in it at the beginning of this session was amazing. I had like this beautiful image in my head of this really terrifying place. And I don't know if it was the same image that you had in your head, but it was very vivid in my head of what I was envisioning that you were saying. I thought that was amazing. So awesome. You will always have a spot as a GM or player on this channel. For all of you will, of course, but I loved it, Ruby. Very awesome. And I do really sincerely hope we do it again in the not too distant future. And we'll have to get on the calendar because our calendar is filling up. We have so much going on. I'm just going to do a quick rundown. We have our finale of our D&D Bastion of Strife on Thursday next week. We will then be having on August 1st Shiv's birthday one-shot, which is a really yay watch, which is kind of a mashup of Baywatch and Call of Cthulhu, which I'll be running for Shiv and a couple other folks. Then in August, I'll be running a Dark Space four shot on Thursdays in August. And then Shiv is coming back at the end of August and in September on Saturdays to run the Pale Road, which is a D&D game set in Zealand, if you're familiar with that setting. It's like a Norse mythology-inspired setting. Josh is coming to the GM seat in October, as we've been talking about, for an Eat the Reich, 3-part Eat the Reich game, which is going to be disgustingly beautiful. And then we have another Nuavartan series that's starting in September that Alan will be part of, as well as obviously Dungeon Mr. Ty and Penborough and Kateria and others. We also have not yet scheduled a Conan game, a series that's going to be starting sometime over the winter, and a Twilight 2000 series. So there's a lot going on, and I am just so thankful to be surrounded by so many creative people who love telling stories, and it's an honor to be part of those stories. So thank you all. With that said, I think we'll sign off and we'll find somebody to rate into. So if you're in the chat, thank you all for hanging out with us. If you want to follow the channel, please do so. We just like having you around. So thank you for being here. We will see you Thursday for Bastion of Strife finale. Take it easy, everybody.